Hello and welcome to SLR's 3rd Division race here at the Temple of Speed in Milan. We're here at Monza. I am Riggs and I'm joined alongside by Freeman. Freeman, just feel free to introduce
Hello,
yourself and let us know who you are.
I'm SLR Freeman. I am a Ferrari driver in Division 1, currently in this place, I believe, in Championship. So, I am also the reigning Div 1 champion. So, hopefully, I can bounce back after a tough start to the season and, yeah, just have a good season.
Freeman,
Yeah.
it's an absolute pleasure to have you alongside me here in the commentary booth here in
Yeah, it's
Monza.
great to be
I
here.
do want to send our apologies for the slight delay to the start of the stream, but we are glad to have you here with us. It was just an incident on my end, so I apologise for that and keeping yourselves waiting. I'm going to try and find somebody who's on a lap, as we see Scott Laney gone total time sheets, and Zach is Beast immediately just beating it there. We are in Q1
Sprightly.
out of Q3 this season, and Sprightly as well. He is him, Darren Paul, Neelix, Laney, and Zach is Beast. And Zach Zen goes first as well.
Roxanne, yeah,
First,
great lap.
and then Sprightly gonna Steve-O's into the 120 as well, just keeping in 14 thousandths of a second shy in the 121. Jonesy is on a lap. Youngie goes fast at
Youngie.
25s. So Temple of Speed, the title itself just shows that this track's going to be also for a speed. You've got your main straight here, which I'm on board with Jones as he comes across the line, goes fourth fastest. I'll try and find somebody to go on board with as they're about to start a lap. Let me see who we can find. Right, that's Jules.
Higgins on the lap too.
We'll go to yellows in one, and that seems to be a Ferrari. Now Williams gone slow in the second sector. So Freeman, current race driver. You've also got to have experienced Monza at some point in your career, so you want to kind of like enlighten us on what we should expect for the track, like what kind of setup drivers would be going for, like what we're really going through the driver's head as they are here in the Temple of Speed. And, also, like there's no really much need for aerodynamics, so like the drivers will try and run skinnier wings and less downforce to try and maximise their straight line speed. But there is still the challenges in the first two chicanes, like the Retifilo is the first chicane, and then you've got the Variante di Roja, which is the second chicane. So they're going to be like really heavy braking zones. And you've got the Ascari as well, which really the quick change in direction, the left, right, left, puts a lot of pressure on the tyres. So how do the drivers try and combat all the kind of difficulties that they're going to find here in Monza, and how do you actually find the best possible setup for that? As we see Rock Lobster spinning just to exit Ascari there. So like just any kind of general feedback or kind of knowledge and insight on the track.
So yeah, obviously you said it's a pretty power hungry track to go on a lot of straight line speed, not too much cornering abilities like your Monaco or Singapore or any other track really, besides maybe just a couple. But yeah, you're gonna want to run pretty low wings, but also the tire deck can be really high around here, so drivers are gonna keep that in mind as they build their setups, because you'll just gotta find the perfect combo, make sure that tower is good, but you also got some pretty good performance. So obviously it's gonna be pretty crucial to see how the drivers get along. And you said Scary, you can easily lose the back end, so obviously you gotta take that very cautiously and make sure that you're good to go, because one little mistake and you're on the wall, so really keep you on your toes. So you gotta be very, very cautious.
See, other than the main heavy braking zones in the first two chicanes, I feel like Ascari will probably present itself as the biggest challenge for the drivers, purely because it is really easy to get your lap invalidated in qualifying for just cutting the inside of the first left. So like it will be, I think drivers on these laps will just be putting a cautious lap in, just to like make sure they get a time on the board and they can try and gauge their pace alongside everybody else in the field. And we've got a couple of drivers on hards in the bottom end of the field, but most of the drivers do opt for soft tyres as the strategy. the soft to medium or medium to soft, or is it to hards? Like, I'm not really too much a strategy buff for Monza, so is it just
hard,
soft to medium or
hard you
hards?
really don't want to run at all here, just find them really slowly. I'm sure everyone else can agree with me, but yeah, I would say medium to softs, because you can really use those tires right at the end to pay back all the time that you may have lost at the start with those mediums. But yeah, I find that strategy to be the one with the lowest tire wear compared to soft mediums, where just soft are really gonna die off very quickly. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see as yesterday we saw actually quite a mixed strategy. I believe four guys inside the top 10 started on mediums, and we saw Clark yesterday took the win with that medium to soft strategy. So shows how it can obviously work and pretty effective. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone can repeat that for sure.
Definitely. The track looks very simple in nature, but it is actually
really
difficult, especially to keep yourself concentrated for 27 racing laps here in Monza. I mean, we're in northern Italy, just outside Milan, and obviously if you've got a bit of stand-up knowledge, you know Italy is the home to the very famous Ferrari team. We've got Scott sitting in 7th at the moment. We've got Sprightly just kind of finding himself on the inside of the danger zone at the moment. So while one's riding high, the other one's still kind of trying to find its feel for the track. We've got Hicklin currently top in the Silver Arrow, 120.3. Youngie is in P2 and Dark Zenon is our top 3 at the moment. But we do expect to see these times bunch up and become more competitive as the cars rubber in and the track becomes less greener. The sun's out. It is kind of casting some shadows over the circuit as well, so hopefully the sun kind of plays into the hands of the drivers when they're trying to set up the car, helps with tyre temperatures, helps with the fuel that they've got on board for their fuel runs, and just general confidence and grip there as well. But you can see in the far distance there beyond the Curva Grande, it's quite hazy. It's not really exactly cloudy, but it's quite dark on that side, so we don't have any knowledge in the weather either, so
it's gonna be all dry.
So an all dry race actually?
Yeah, dry race and dry quality, so be pretty good. Yeah, but all dry, no rain.
So the drivers will be looking to maximise their straight line speed. We can see cars in slipstream. I've just jumped on board with Neelix as he starts his lap. As he comes in through the Rettifilio, makes it quite nicely, gets a nice wee exit off of turn 2, and then he's keeping a really tight line on the Curva Grande as well. So see when you're coming across the Curva Grande, see Neelix is keeping it tight to the right, but you see other drivers like kind of drifting off into the centre and then coming back to the right. Is there any real quick way of taking that? Or is there just like you don't really lose too much time? Is it fractional? Is there any gain in keeping your car tight to the right? As we see Neelix doing that through turn 3. His lap looks quite clean so far. It still looks quite quick as he's coming under the old banking up into Ascari.
It's 410s up as well.
410s kind of looked a bit slow on the left, but doesn't really seem to lose him too much time. Maybe a 10 for 2 there, but he is on the final stretch. Parabolica is the only corner he's got left to navigate, and then he'll have his time on the board. Down into 5th gear, down into 4th, kind of helps the car be a bit of turning. Then you can relax the steering to the right and you can let the car run out wide, but don't take too much of the curb there. Doesn't really unsettle you, but you can lose maybe a fraction of a 10. Improves by 6/10 up to 8th place. So SLR Gareth, Scott and Neelix, the SLR wall there for 6th, 7th and 8th respectively.
And I believe Scopes is on the lap too. Just coming
down in 17th.
Coming out to Parabolica.
Up 2/10. At the moment. He keeps the car in 6th. So we see Neelix taking it in 4th gear to help his turn in. But we see Scopes keeping it in 6th. So he improves by 6/10. He's up into 11th. And every driver except for Dubs and Jules are on the soft tyres as well. So we will start to see some of these times start bunching up as we see Scopes late on the brakes into turn 1 and 2. So as well, we've got, like as you were saying earlier, Freeman, like it is like a very power hungry track. It really relies on straight line speed of the cars. So, and I was actually quite interested because I seen a fact about it on the Formula One had a live stream of this last year's race at Monza on YouTube, and they're on the throttle for 84% of the lap. Yeah, like
yes, so, really, it just shows you how much straight line speed is required, not so much downforce. Sure.
Definitely, like most of our overtaking opportunities in our wheel-to-wheel racing is going to come on these big straights and into the really hard braking zones. I mean, I don't know if we'll see maybe moves into Ascari or Parabolica as much as we'll see them into the first two chicanes, and maybe even side-to-side through the Curva Grande. The first two Lesmos, I don't really see too much going on there. I think that's just like a kind of single file bit. If you're trying an overtake there, you're ambitious more than anything else, and I mean, I quite like a bit of ambition, but Hicklin is retired. He retired his car. He is top of the time sheet at the moment, so he feels safe. So with the times on the board, at the moment, Freeman, where would you predict the cut-off to be? We're going to say bye to 5 of the drivers in the next 3 minutes and 48 seconds. So Rock Lobster is safe, but Darren Paul down to Jules 20th need to go out and put another time in, and it looks, well, you've got Orange Crush, Dubs and Jules in the 22s and 23s, but you've got you've got SLR Laney, which is formerly Scott Laney, and Darren Paul, who are right there with Rock Lobster, like not even a tenth, maybe tenth and a bit apart between the three of them. So Orange Crush, Dubs and Jules really need to kind of find some pace for something to try and get themselves into the elimination zone. So where would you predict the cut-off to be as the tracks continuously just going to get quicker anyway? Are we still going to see it in the mid-21s, low 21s? Is that where you feel it's going to be?
Yeah, I would say a cut based on what I'm seeing right now. I would say a cut of a 21.2. I think would be pretty good. So yeah, so I would say everyone from maybe Neelix or Necklaw down should be on track. Because you never know what those guys below you are capable of, so you want to make sure you're safe. Sure.
I think we'll see drivers like Neelix and Scott and Ned Clodder that coming out just to kind of try and solidify their place in qualifying too. Because you can never be too safe, because you never know, somebody can just pull a fast lap out their back pocket like that, and the next thing you know you're eliminated. So like, it really is that close as Plain Teddy comes across the line. I don't think he improved, he stays 11th. I was on board with him there. Is there anybody else we can see on a lap, Freeman, that you can spot for me?
Jonesy's starting a lap. Gas is on the lap, but he's invalidated and he's almost lost it, but he saved it pretty well. Scary. As their pole spins.
Contact!
Yep. Ooh,
contact
between teammates.
Racing points.
Wow. Did you clip that? Or see what happened? Not sure what happened there. Young was even quicker.
I've absolutely no clue what happened there, but Jonesy did have to take avoiding action there. He is up with 400ths a second on his time though, so you can tell that he maybe didn't slow down all that much for it, but the two racing points have come together. So that's Darren Paul and Plain Teddy, the two racing points. The rule number one as a driver, you don't hit your teammate, you never do it.
I think their Paul's out too because he's got a lot of damage to his right side, and Gas, has he ever crashed? Yes.
I'm trying to get a shot at Darren Paul to see if he's got any damage. I'll probably see as he goes into Ascari. Yep, he's lost his right end plate. And he's got a lot of damage on the right side of his front wing, so he'll be out of qualifying as he's running wide too much. He's getting too much understeer with that bad wing. We've seen Steve-O retire, we've seen Dubs retiring, but Dubs is retired from 17th, so he's the first eliminated from qualifying. And Darren Paul looks like he'll be following suit. I doubt he'll improve his time with a lap like that. So Darren Paul's out as well, so he'll be starting 18th at best. Whereas Laney,
it's got Laney's
flying lap.
He's not gonna have time, I think he pushes, he might just make it, but don't quite think he's gonna
10
10 seconds, yeah, I think he's done.
So
Rock
well,
Lobsters,
well,
another lap. 2, I believe.
I think
Yeah,
he's
that's
got
Wayne's.
the damage as well.
Yep, he's
Yep.
out.
So Rock Lobster
Sprightly.
is the only. Oh, sorry. Sprightly
And he
goes
remains
15th.
15th. Be very, very tight for him.
So we've got Rock Lobster, one of the few drivers still on a lap. He is 16th at the moment and is looking to be the final person to be eliminated from qualifying. But is he on course to change that? He's up by 3 tenths a second. He's coming through a scary 3 tenths a second improvement as he comes through a scary. Looks fairly clean. Runs a bit light and invalidates. Oh, he's invalidated. It's Sprightly. Skinny's
just scraps through.
The Branson horse
That's a shame.
gallops into the second session. Oh, Sprightly.
Really unfortunate for him. He was on a pretty good lap too.
He improved. It says a 21-2, so that would have put him right in the thicket. That would have put him between like Ned Claw and Plain Teddy, like just outside the top 10. But the checkered flag's out, and we have our bottom 5. Oh,
That's a pretty good session, I must say.
absolutely.
Very close.
Rock Lobster had Sprightly on the ropes. The Ferrari was looking to be in serious danger there, but he ran wide on a scary and the lap was cut. And Rock Lobster is 16th as he gets a ram up the back for the Haas of Neelix, and Neelix's car's damaged. So I don't know how that's going to play into things. The checkered flag's out. He's got no front right, as his front right wheel is just sitting on the front wing, so, and his car's rolling backwards as well. So we'll get a nice wee shot of that.
I think he's out. Because he's 15th. I think he's out. He's done.
Let's have a wee look and see. His name will be in grey. Oh, his name's in grey!
Yeah!
So we've got 6 eliminees. Neelix. What happened there?
So unfortunate. So unfortunate.
I'm gonna try
I've
and
had
get
experience.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try and get this the stream up, the chat up on the stream. I don't know how I can do it on the console, so I don't think I can. But have we seen any chat activity, Freeman? Have you got it there?
Yeah, I see Merck saying, "Oh dear, great game." Yeah, I agree with you, Merck's there. It's not really best, sure. Smoke saying
really
hashtags. Yeah, Smoke was saying hashtag Stevo Army. Obviously, cheer for Stevo. I think we gotta get a pretty good audience for Stevo. He's our fan favorite for sure.
Stevo definitely seems to be the kind of person that rallies the troops. So full credit to Stevo for that. He is through to the second round of qualifying along with 13 other drivers, so it'll be a shootout, and we'll only lose 4 this session due to Neelix's Haas just deciding to drive into the back of the Williams Rock Lobster. So we lost 6 in that first session and we're going to lose 4 in the second. Anybody deciding to shoot the gate early, and Plain Teddy's first on track, so the sole remaining racing point is out first, as we'll say. A warm welcome and a shout out to the 32 viewers that we've got with us. It's great to have you along on this journey. I'm hoping you're enjoying it so far. Myself and Freeman, I could probably speak for us both. We really enjoyed the first session. We were really
for
to
sure.
See if we'd lose the Ferrari, one of the Ferraris on their home patch.
So happy here through.
Exactly. Sprightly will be letting out the biggest sigh of relief that will be echoing through this track. But in Freeman himself being a current Ferrari driver for it is Ferrari, isn't it? You drive for Ferrari in D1. So being a current Ferrari driver as well, you let a big out as well. So
yeah.
I mean, I think the driver's relieved, you're relieved. I mean, I think the Tifosi have decided, right, we've got the 2 drivers through, but we'll take it as it comes. The Tifosi obviously going to be cheering on the Scuderia. I highly doubt they'll cheer for anybody else, so it's Ferrari or bust for them. So we are into Q2. sun still continues to shine. Plain Teddy is going to be the first person on a lap, and do you want to run us through a lap, Freeman? On board with Plain Teddy?
Sure, so he's making very, very early. Runs a little bit too deep. I would say you're going to want to try and really put that into the corner because it's a pretty good exit. Is coming down, we can see his first sector any moment now. 26-1, so not too bad, I would say. Goes through the chicane, pretty slick, pretty tidy. Think he could use a little bit more curb, but not too bad. First one is small, a little bit wide, but it should be okay. Second, pretty good, so it's not bad lap at all for Teddy. I think it'll be good enough for a 20 for sure. Coming down to Ascari, 53.4. So pretty good, obviously it's purple. Since he's first on track, he almost loses it there. He catches it pretty good. He keeps it hot lap, which is pretty interesting. You're gonna want to run overtake on the straights. Coming down, shifts down the fourth gear for a power bog. Keeps it out nice and wide, shifts up. Keeps it in hot lap. Runs WRS, so it's 120.8. I think he's got time to improve for sure, but yeah, not pretty solid for a banker, sure. Young Eagle's immediately quicker on mediums, 20.8.
And Youngie and Dark Zenon quickly put a time in, like immediately behind Plain Teddy, both on the mediums. Plain Teddy opts for the softs, Zach's Beast also opts for the medium tyres, so we're maybe seeing a slight split in strategy so early on as those yellows in the first. I think that's for the alpha of Youngie moving out of the way of the Ferrari of Scott, who is on a lap, 27.
Oh, Steve-O!
Steve-O's retired!
Oh,
Ascari!
It's right aboard of his, yep, Ascari caught him. Ah. That's a shame for him.
Ascari claims it's first. And Steve-O, and immediately Steve-O's retirement triggers uproar in the chat as Clark's like,
favorite.
no, Steve-O!
Yep.
And Steve-O's like, the controller turned off and put him in the wall, and the SLR F1 like official channel was like, oh, he abbreviates a bad term, so we'll say that is just emphasising clear frustration at Steve-O and his controller disconnected. Unfortunately, he's out of qualifying and he will be starting 14th at best. McLaren lose 1 in Q2. So that puts a lot of pressure on Gareth as well. Gareth's fallen down the order. He's not got a lap on the board yet. He's just no longer at the pits. So he is on his outlap at the moment along with Jonesy, Hicklin and Lewis. And Scopes is still in the pit and is the last of the 5 to not have a lap on the board, as we're starting to see some people pulling off into the pits. Yellow flags in 2 and it's a slow rental of Medclaw as he gets out the way of Sprightly, who is on his lap. He's got very low ERS, up to a 10 though. How does he navigate Ascari? Takes a minute. He's the curb on the inside, but he takes a bit
takes a
more
lot
than he
of
kind of maybe
curb,
wanted to. Takes a lot
he's
of
very
curb
well.
there, and maybe.
I've cost him a 10th, but he's very low on the ERS, as you said. Come down, Paraboga. Not sure if he's going to be up.
We'll see as he comes across the line at the moment. He's going to be a 22-0 up to 3 tenths.
Yeah, not too bad.
Gets himself into the top 10. Gareth's right behind, so we'll sit on behind him as he starts his flying lap round the temple of speed. Kind of misses the apex for 1,
a little bit
makes
deep.
Meets it tighter, makes it more difficult for him at 2 as the Ferrari of Sprightly moves out of the way. So Gareth's already immediately on the back foot here as he breaks too late into 1 and makes turn 2 so much tighter for him. Gareth lets the car drift to the centre before pulling it back to the right for the second chicane. Takes a good bit of the curb on the left, misses the sausage curb on the right. You don't want to hit that curb because it can throw you into the gravel trap on the outside. You've got the first Lesmo here, doesn't really go full throttle there when he's gone round. Has a bit of a steering moment there and is into the second Lesmo. Lets the car roll round on exit, another wee bit of a slide on when he puts the throttle down as he comes through the underside of the bank, and he's got Ascari next up as he sees the 100-metre board there, starts slowing the car down, and he runs wide there as well. Takes a good bit of the curb and then some, but he's not got the invalidation warning yet, so this lap to us is as valid as it stands, but we'll stay on board with Gareth. As he is Volt Parabolica left. He's going to chuck the car down to 4th gear after being in 8th. Quickly puts the car up to 5th for traction, lets the car roll to the outside. Does they touch that outside curb? I don't really think there's too much of a penalty for touching it. Try Note, puts himself 8 fastest on the mediums, a 22.1 on that particular lap. So Gareth will be looking to maybe probably need to go again once all the times are on the board, whatever he is on the final runs. But there is a big gap between Dark Xenon in 5th and Zack and Beast in 6th. There's an 8-10 gap there. So I think that's going to be like the area where you really want to try and put your time in. You want to try and kind of like, I think the top 5 at this moment in time, in my, like just in my perspective right now, I think the top 5 are safe. For now.
Yeah, it just depends. It depends if everyone else goes some softs. They might be in some trouble. It'll be interesting to see. Sure.
Because definitely, because you've got everybody here. You've got a big yellow wall and medium tyres after playing Teddy Dunty, Jules who's on the hards. So you've got a big wall of yellow there. And you never know, like, because we've still got enough time for another run. As I think Gareth's still at
another lap, I think.
Has he gone out again? Oh, he's back on another lap. So I've seen the yellows in the final sector, in the final turn. I think it was just the cars getting out of the way. We've got a slow Renault of Lewis comes back into the pits. I was trying to see who was on the board, but Gareth gets the first turn a lot better, takes a bit of curb on the second though, and you don't really want to hit a couple of these curbs, Freeman. You'll kind of know that yourself. There's a lot of sausage curbs here, so that really can unsettle the car. So
yeah, for sure.
Drivers will try their best so hard, like they'll try so much not to try and hit. Like that's one isn't so bad, but it's the exit one where the second chicane is an absolute bad one to try and navigate. The two Lesmos are, I mean, if you can nail the first one, you can have a lot of confidence for the second one. Don't let the car run too wide because the gravel is right there waiting to punish you. It's a very unforgiving. I mean, for as simple in nature, it is a very unforgiving circuit because you've got the gravel traps at the exits, all these chicanes, which can really lose you time, and you've got a Ascari, which is so hard to master for 27 consecutive laps. Is really going to be demanding for the drivers. I mean, they relaxed the level of forgiveness on the exit in Parabolica. They used to have a gravel trap right on the exit, but they don't rid of that, and I think it's 25, 26 rid of that. So there is a tarmac runoff there in Parabolica, like that go that far into it to really get full use of it. As we see Gareth walking up and gone down the escape road there. And just decides to destroy some of the marker boards there and validates a lap at the same time. So definitely making he's definitely making the job easy for the next person that looks up into 1. Means don't need to go around 3 ballers, they just go around 2. Who else is on a lap at the moment?
Scott's just starting a lap.
Let me see that.
Scott's just starting a lap on the softs. That's cool.
And Scott in the Ferrari out on track, sits 12th at the moment. We'll sit with him as him and Gareth are the only ones out on track, but Scott's the only one in the lap, so he's got the car into hot lap. He had a wee bit of a twitch there on exit of 2, but he keeps the car tight as he possibly can round the curve of Grande. He lets the car go back to the middle, and it's quite jerky for steering there as well, but he keeps the car to the right, kind of sets himself up for turn 4. Does he really clip the apex, which is last, but he clips the 5th one, and
he goes in the gravel.
Throws him. He throws the left side of his car into the gravel trap, so that's going to lose him some time. Takes the first Lismo, no too bad. Second one looks really good there as well. Had a wee bit of a drift back into the centre of the track there as he's coming down by the underside of the banking here. That used to be the old former track back in its day, but he comes through a Ascari, shifts to 5th, keeps it 5th all the way round. 6th on exit,
goes very wide. I'll take it out.
Still counts.
Feel good.
It didn't It didn't come up with the invalidation woman for me. It came up with Rock Lobster last time in Q1, and he lost it. He lost his place in Q2 for doing the exact same thing as Scott, but I think Scott might have not carried too much speed, but he does come up to the line, 21.5, pits him 8th fastest.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be quite safe for him. Being honest. It'll be tight. Might want to try to rush back in and get in our sauce, but I'll take you off time.
And he's already back into the... We've got Sprightly about to come round the Parabolica. He's going to have to improve. He's right on the cut-off point. He is not safe. Jonesy, Nedcott and Jules have a chance to throw Sprightly back into the dogfight for relegation. But Sprightly starts his lap. The Tifosi will be cheering him on, so hopefully he can fin a few tenths in the cheers and the roars of the Italian fans here in Italy and Monza. Takes turn 1 and 2, takes it quite sweetly there. Dunshifty first for that extra wee bit of turn in, but he immediately throws it back up to second for the traction. Round the Curva Grande, keeps it really tight, lets the car... I say every time, as soon as I say they're going to keep it tight, but he goes purple, he's up with 3.5 tenths of a second. As he goes through the second chicane, doesn't he take the curb on exit, which is exactly how you want to your qualifying run, because if you take the curb and even go even further into the gravel trap, you lose so much of your time there. First level was not too bad, second one he kind of cut but got away with, nothing too dangerous there. DRS flap is open on the back of the Ferrari, through the underside of the banking, up into Ascari, purple second sector, 6.5 tenths up on his best, takes Ascari like as a Ferrari's oasis.
No.
And Sprightly, 6.5 tenths of a second improvement would have put him at least between Zenon and Gareth, but Sprightly gets a wee bit too much into Toro Rosso. And Jules has to make quick work there. Extremely great reaction there to the stricken Ferrari of Sprightly. So Sprightly is out of qualifying regardless of what happens. He's sustained severe damage there. Hicklin retired for the session. He's 6th fastest in the world. Jules goes 3rd. So Jules gets his cell out. And Jonesy's retired as well. And Ned Claus in the pits. So we have our 4 drivers being eliminated from the session. Zach is beast as well, improved.
He's on our lap.
See
if he can improve.
At the moment, he's getting 8 ERS on the run up to the line, but yellow flags are being waved. He goes at 1:21.9, 16,000.
So he's still good.
Then he's best, but he didn't need to put the lap in because he is safe. Checkered flag drops, and the session is done. And Jules invalidates his laps, so he'll not be improving for 3rd. So I think it's in his best interest not to try and like wear the soft tyres out that he's going too much. So Jules will bring this Toro Rosso back to the pits after securing his place in the shootout for pole position. He is being joined by Youngie and Plain Teddy, the other drivers in the session to be in the 120s in Q2. Scopes has got his way through on a set of soft tyres. Lewis OD in the Renault. Hicklin retired from 6, he stays 6. Dark Zenon, Gareth, Scott and Beast make the top 10, and they have made their way into the pole position shootout, so we will be back momentarily. Our eliminees are Sprightly, one of the Ferraris are down after, also we've seen it live, they just got a wee bit too much oversteer on the exit of Ascari and into the wall it went. There was only one place that car was gone. There, Jonesy, I think he just retired on his own accord. I think he might have been out on track. We didn't really catch up with him too much. Ned left the pits.
It was in the pits.
Left, and what was he?
Yep.
And Steve-O, an early casualty at Ascari in Q2, will be starting 14th. But the eliminees for Q2 have free choice of tyre, so I think that's kind of like a small consolation for them there.
Yeah.
The top 10 need to qualify, like they need to start the race on the tyres that they've set their Q2 times on. And you've got Youngie, Lewis OD, Hicklin, Dark Zenon, Gareth and Beast all in the mediums, and you've got Plain Teddy, Jules, Scopes, and Scott on the softs. So you've got a real mix there in the top 10. You've got 6 on the 6 on the mediums, 4 on the softs. So it'll be quite interesting to see how the start of the race goes.
Yeah, for sure. 4 drivers are on softs, so a lot of guys definitely favoring the mediums. Sure.
So we have our top 10, and we have our 10 competitors for the pole position shootout. We've got 31 viewers here, so if you want to, don't want to do that, I don't want to leave the session. But I thought I could just press A to ready up there and it would kind of maybe jump us through into Q3, but it didn't really do that. It was just showing me the race director. But there's your top 10. Be sure to comment in the chat who you think is going to get pole position, and be brave. Even let's go for your top 3. Tell us your top 3 for the Italian GP qualifying and SLR's 3rd division race here in Monza. So be sure to get your predictions in for qualifying in the chat. So who you gone for, Freeman? I'll just chuck you under the bus here. What's your predictions for quali? Well, for Q3.
He goes Youngie. Sure.
Youngie for pole.
Yeah, he showed some really good pace in Q1 and Q2. As we saw, he topped timing sheets in both, I believe. And he started on the mediums, and so it could be pretty good for him. So I'm gonna go for him. But if you guys have any predictions, just let us know in the chat. As Youngie is the first one out, I believe.
Youngie is the first indeed,
Yeah.
Freeman. He is out on track, first of the 10. See, Youngie is really quick. He's got really good one-lap pace, but he's no had the best of luck when it comes to race trim. I mean, I think it's just a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time for the Alfa Romeo driver. Like, he is exceptionally quick over one-lap pace, and he has shown that with previous qualifying results and pole positions in the last races. As he just invalidated his outlap, I don't really think that's going to... It's not really worth greeting about there, but I don't think he'll be caring all that much there for the stewards invalidating his outlap. But he is out on track. He is the first. Youngie is exceptionally quick, and I wouldn't... I mean, if I could put money on Youngie being on pole, I would definitely put him on, because I feel like he is quick enough for that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking through, like, because Monza is that circuit where you can play the team game really well, and everybody's got their... I think the only person that's got their teammate here is the 2 Mercedes. Like, you've got McLaren, Mercedes, Williams, Toro Rosso, Racing Point, Red Bull, Ferrari, Alpha. You've got 9 teams within these 10 drivers, all vying for a place at the top of the timesheet. Steve-O says in chat, Youngie for pole position, second, third. I mean, I could probably vouch for that, to be fair. I'd probably stick with Steve-O on that. I could probably agree with that there as well. Elliot Cheesy Beans says Lewis OD's barn my army. See, that's the thing too as well. Lewis is really quite quick as well.
Yeah, sure.
But Lewis is quite good in the race. Like, he has shown that he can race through the pack.
He has.
So maybe if he starts, even if he starts on the second row, maybe the third, maybe they mail in the third, we could maybe put him in for a win even. But like, I'd maybe say Lewis top 3, top 5 just to be absolutely safe. Crispy says up the Mercedes. I mean, Mercedes have the best chance at playing the team game in pole. They're the only team that can technically do that because they've got both their drivers through into Q3. Garrison failed his lap, so I'll just jump onto somebody else. We'll jump on board with Jules. As soon as I do that, I just hear the camera across there and he's taking a wee half spin at the second.
I'm just watching Youngie.
Oh, Youngie, where are we?
Yeah.
Up to the line. First person to put a time on the board. Invalidates it because he
validated right at the line. Oh, wow. He's gonna do, I think, 20 something.
He was in the
Back of beast.
There. Steve says don't
Wait, Teddy, 20.7. See what Scopes can do. Second just misses out by 5/100th of a second. Garris, he's invalidated. I think he's gonna go again. Jules, believe he's still going. I think he should start a new lap. Lewis is on the lap as well.
Comes up to the
Yeah, I
parabolic
think.
car.
Yep. Pretty good exit.
Pole position as
So,
it stands. 6
by
tenths
6
of a
tenths.
second.
Wow.
Lewis is maybe one for about the dark horse in this session for the Renault. Renault have finally found some engine power. For the last few years they've been the weakest of the 4 manufacturers, like engine manufacturers, in terms of actual like straight line speed and actual engine power. So maybe Renault have found a bit of a stride here, or maybe they've found an exceptional setup for Lewis, as he's just kind of swept the board here. 6 tenths faster than the next fastest, which is Teddy. But I think drivers are just going to stay. These are banker laps. These are just laps to get themselves on the board, and then we're going to be quicker in the last few minutes. The sun has decided to vanish. The clouds are here, so that'll probably play a part in terms of tyre temperatures. Jules is up by 3.5 seconds in his lap here, which puts him to 24. I don't know if he's going to make a mistake somewhere else, but I don't know if he's been proven all that much. He did back off on the last section
Still,
as well. Was the fastest.
Yep. Scaris, he left the second with a 20.6, but still half a second down Lewis's time, so Lewis already showing strong pace for sure. Yeah, I believe Jules is straight on turn 1. Dark Xanon's just about to start a lap.
Full ride on board with Dark Xenon as he prepares himself for a lap in Monza. He's hitting about maxing out at 218, 219, brakes at the 150 metre board, takes turn 1, takes the curve nicely on 1, nicely on 2, doesn't cut that section on the inside, nice sweet exit. They are rapidly shifting up the gears here, pretty jittery steering on the Curva Grande, but it's not really losing too much time here for the Williams driver. Keeps the car pinned to the right, into turn 4 and 5, flips the 4th, flips turn 4 nicely, cuts 5 perfectly. You kind of want to cut a wee bit of it so you don't really feel that.
Yeah.
Into the first Lesmo, lets the car drift onto the exit curve there. Second Lesmo navigated, doesn't let the car drift out. You kind of don't want to risk being, you don't really want to risk your lap by drifting the car too much on the second Lesmo, because the gravel trap is right there waiting to punish you for trying to exercise some of your speed out the car. Ascari, first bit he seemed pretty nice. Second lap,
they have the traffic.
Is nicely as well. Youngie quite rightly knows out the way. Oh, Zen's on his outlap as well, so I thought he was.
Yeah, it's just showing that he's on his outlap, but he's actually on the lap.
Ah, right, I see. Right, so that's just a wee timing glitch with the game there as well. Look at the line.
Click this. 99. Wow.
First person into the 19s. And 19.977 puts Dark Xenon top of the board with just over 4 minutes remaining in this session. Absolutely.
Great lap for sure.
The
Just ride more with Youngie.
As he comes through the second lane, is he up on his time, Freeman? Saying the Delta?
Yeah, he actually did set a lap because he validated as he was just coming across the line, just a little bit too far to the right and got attribution for it, but that's a 52.9 purple middle sector, so we're still getting very good so far. Pretty good Ascari, I must say. Tops out at just about 336. Coming down parabolic, got 4th gear. Nice exit, good on the power. Let's see if he does the same mistake as last time. And he goes, wow, 19.8. So Youngie takes over pull from Dark Xenon, so yeah, pretty good lap, I must say. Very impressive. Well, let's see if he'll be able to hold on to that for the session ends.
We'll be hoping to see the rest of the drivers here on Q3 finding that extra speed that they've got hidden away in their tanks as they're about to navigate the Circuit de Monza. I don't know if that's the actual full name. It's the Autodromo de Nationale de Monza. It's something like that. But Hicklin's up to 6.5 tenths a second as well.
Yeah.
That would put him into the 120.23 region.
Yeah, 2-3s.
If it stays that way. But he is looking quite quick as he comes down the final straight. Parabolic is the only turn he's got left to navigate on the circuit. Keeps it tight into 5th gear, up into 6th. But doesn't let the car roll out as much. Keeps a tight line on the exit of Parabolic. But keeps the car central on the way up to the line. 19.
He goes second.
Fastest.
6 millies. Just misses out. Unfortunate for him.
And Hicklin throws the Mercedes into the mix here. So it's Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, Williams, Renault, Gareth in the McLaren with to start his out lap.
Yep.
Start his flying lap, sorry,
Scott.
apologies.
Come across wide and you. Ooh, that was close. Scott goes P5. Not bad, but I think he lost some time in the final sector for sure. Got anyone on the lap? Gareth on the lap, right?
Gareth's on a lap now. Freeman, I'm on board with Freeman. Freeman, I'm on board with you, Freeman. I just got the camera on you, mate. I'm on board with Gareth. This is the Renault of Lewis right on the racing line.
Wow.
Oh, wee bit of racing side by side action here on the final stint of qualifying. Lewis
He's
on the racing line.
Yeah.
I don't know if...
He cut the chicane and then going back.
Gareth's away!
Oh my
Oh!
What happened there?
The Williams... Gareth was on his lap. Lewis was at the second chicane. Lewis was back on the track. He still went wide on the chicane, and he came back onto the racing line, which meant Gareth had to take a void in action. And then he went through the two Lesmos, and then Dark Zenon was on the main racing line, and he seen Gareth coming on with some speed, and he just jerked the car from one side of the track to the other. And Gareth, his reflexes were next level stuff, but it's just put him into the wall. There's nothing else he could really do there. And Gareth, on his final lap, is retired, and he's only going to be able to start 7th. It was like a blink and you miss it type kind of thing. It was just so unprecedented. I'd never expect something like that to happen. I'm just looking at the chat, and Owen Hill says, "Oh, that's Pete Gareth." So I'm assuming this happens to Gareth on the regular then. And Smoke says unlucky to Gareth. I mean, honestly, like Gareth was looking really quick there. Lewis was just unfortunate to get in the way when they exit the second chicane, and then Zenon just jerked the Williams from one side of the track to the other. And Gareth was just having to like react, like it was like almost cat-like, and he just put him on the wall. The track's so narrow there as well, so there's no room to really go down. There's no like escape route or nothing there. So Gareth ended up putting the McLaren on the wall. But while we're getting caught up in the midst of all that, the checkered flag's out for the third and final time here in qualifying. Youngie is fastest, Hicklin second, Dark Zenon is the top three at the moment. Lewis is on a lap. He is coming up to the line now. He is going to be into the invalidated because
just like what Youngie does. First run, but he doesn't improve, so Elsa, I believe.
Oh, and Jules,
yep, he
just decided. Jules has just decided to give the Toro Rosso boys a wee bit more work today on the car as he decides to drive straight into the pit wall on his final lap. He was the last driver to complete a lap, and Paul was starting 10th. But we've got Youngie saying to Hicklin that was a great lap, it's going to be a good race. They two are sharing the front row. Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, Williams, Dark Zenon in third, Lewis in fourth. He wasn't up on his time there, but he took his lap too close to the pit wall there and it invalidated it. That Beast in the Red Bull in 5th place in the Red Bull. Scott and Gareth 6th and 7th, Ferrari McLaren. Plain Teddy in the Racing Point is 8th place, and Scopes and Run the Jewels is 9th and 10th respectively, rounded out the top 10 here in Monza. So it is the break between the race, the noon and the race, isn't it? It's like a wee 5-minute interval in it, so the drivers will have time to go and like stretch their legs, get a drink, go to the toilet, etc., etc.
Yeah, we'll see you in 5 minutes time.
Aye, well, we'll still be here. I don't know if you're gonna need to take a wee
Yeah, I'm
minute
gonna go.
yourself,
Yeah.
but I'll.
Yeah,
No worries.
I'll be back.
No worries. No worries. So, we're here in Monza. Obviously, you know it is a Temple of Speed. Formula One. Formula One's a Temple of Speed. We were talking about how engine power is heavily reliant here in Monza, also because there's like straights. Also, you got the big straight, the pit straight into turn one. You've got the Curva Grande. It's not actually straight, but you're constantly flat out. You've got the run down to Ascari and the run down to Parabolica there as well. These are all going to be prime overtaking opportunities in the race come race day. Looking at race conditions here, it looks a bit hazy. No really any sun, but doesn't really seem to be any real threat of rain. Freeman did clear up in the chat on the stream that it was going to be a dry race. It's going to be fully dry, so drivers will be starting. The top 10 drivers will be starting on the laps, on the tyres that they started. They did their Q2 time on. Monza itself, it's been one of the longest serving tracks on the Formula One calendar since its origination in 1950. It's been here every season but one, and I think it was 1980 or 81 when the Italian Grand Prix was registered as the Imola circuit. Monza itself's got a lot of history. Obviously, like Ferrari winning here is just iconic for Formula One. It's a great image for Formula One to have, because Ferrari's the longest serving team. Ferrari's the team that everybody identifies Formula One with, and we've already readied up. Darren Paul has readied up there, so the interval went from 5 minutes to about a minute there. Monza itself's got a lot of history, and it's seen a fair few renovations in its day. It used to just be the oval, and when you go down and run down to Ascari, you see the bank end for the all circuit just on the upside of the bridge there. So that used to be the all racing circuit there. This is home to one of the closest finishes in F1 as well. There was like 5 drivers within like half a tenth of each other in 1971. So it's home to the closest finish between like the most drivers. So it's like 5 drivers within like half a tenth of each other. Ferrari itself, obviously winning here is a very symbolic statement for the team to make. Hopefully Scott and Sprightly can maybe give the Tifosi fans something to cheer about throughout the race. And then you've got, I'm trying to really think what happened. Monza was the only track in the 1988 season where the dominant McLaren, Senna and Prost never won. And that was actually won by Gerhard Berger on the Ferrari, so that was a good win for them in 1988. Sprightly's left the session. Darren Paul readied up during the 5-minute interval.
Yeah.
There, so I don't want to be the one that grassed on him, but
I believe we got a restart.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, everyone's waiting, so we're restarting.
I think we will be. Freeman.
Yeah, we will be.
Lap Stevens.
Just absolute carnage.
But aye, everybody seems to believe in the
Oh
set
my god.
and just causing some hassle
Just absolute
in the back.
carnage, right?
Aye, but unfortunately we'll be having a start here for the Italian Grand Prix in SLR. I've been disconnected.
Yep.
There wasn't many folk in the race, so that is that. But Monza itself is a really great circuit. It's like probably one of my favourites. It's a very iconic European circuit on the calendar. Home to like famous wins, like obviously Schumacher won in his first time out in Ferrari in '96 at Monza. He won in '98 after beating Hakkinen in DC after DC's engine went up. 2000 is where he equalled Senna's race wins of 41 in Monza. You've got iconic times where Hakkinen bottled the championship lead at Monza as well in '99. There's like so much history, and I'm trying to just remember it on. I'm just kind of trying to provide some filler for the interval that we've got. But if you've got any just discussion predictions for the race, be sure to file them in. Myself and Freeman will sit and discuss them on the stream, and we'll kind of get a wee conversation going with that if on you here. But no, you've got Scott and Sprightly in the Ferrari. You've got Freeman as a current Ferrari driver for the first division race. They'll be racing tomorrow at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, so be sure to tune in for that race when it's up and live. I'm not sure who's the full team for that yet. I think that's yet to be decided, so be sure just to tune into that there as well. But Freeman's giving an invite, so I'll jump back into the game. Jump back in, and we'll just go to spectator. I'll delay put my car there. But aye, be sure to let us know who you think's going to win, who you think's going to just say who's going to set fastest lap, who's going to win, who's your podium. Let us know. Steve-O did get his 3 drivers right. Unfortunately, they were in the wrong order, but I mean, it was a very great guess to get those 3. It was just unfortunate it was in the wrong order. And Hicklin and Zenon was their places were switched. It's like a 450 meter run to turn 1, so I'm going to expect to see some drivers maybe dart out for the slipstream on the run into 1 and maybe try and make a few places on the start, but it is really tight into the Etifilio as well, so I'm hoping drivers will be cautious and just be sure that they'll get through the first couple of turns, because the first real overtaking opportunities on the lap is the 2 chicanes. So I'm hoping that we can keep it clean and keep it friendly while we go through the first 2 chicanes and through the first lap in general, just to be sure that there's no damage on the carbon fibre flying after the cars. So hopefully the drivers here can keep it clean, can keep it friendly on the start. But soft tyres on the grid on the start means that they're going to have so much more grip and they're going to have a much better launch of their grid slots, so the soft runners will need to kind of keep an eye out for on the start to see if they actually make some moves into turn 1. I know Scott in the Ferrari, he's in the top 10 somewhere. I think he's 6 for Ferrari, so he's on the 3rd row, and he's quite known to have good starts. Like his start in Hungary,
yes.
He had a lightning start in Hungary, went from P5 to P2 in turn 1, and then the same again in Spa. So maybe he can repeat and make it a hat-tricky lightning starts. And the Ferrari itself has always been a car that has an exceptional launch system in that car as well, so maybe it's just a wee trick with that as well. So hopefully we can get the race back up and running. We need to recreate the grid as well, so that's where the slight delay is coming from. We can only apologise for the inconvenience and having to make his wait. So we've got 27 viewers here with us, so I'm just apologising to you to say we just need to wait and get the grid organised. I think Darren Paul will be starting from the back. After
I believe
if they're ready up.
Yeah, I believe this is actually supposed to be the lobby with the B in. I believe another admin is making new lobbies, so we're just gonna wait and see what we do with that, but yeah, gonna wait and see.
We'll just need to wait and see what happens in terms of the organisation of the grid, and just gonna see what happens there. But Monza's going to be that kind of race where it's just going to be if you can keep within. You don't even need to keep within DRS range of the car in front. You can keep within like a 1.5 seconds of the car in front, and you don't really lose too much time because you still feel the effect of the slipstream for that far back. So I don't really expect too many gaps to really form unless something chaotic happens. The drivers will really have a bit of an easier time in terms of, like, if you're not the lead driver on a train, then you're going to have an easy time managing your fuel, managing your ERS, DRS as well. That's always going to be there if you're in the 1 second window. You're going to have like I was saying, like real overtaking opportunities are going to be in the hard braking zone, so the Retifilio, the Rogier, and you're going to maybe even have your, like maybe somebody has a wee look up the inside of Parabolica. I think that's where the real overtaking opportunities are going to be. You've got, I'm trying to really think what else there really is to Monza. It's a one-stop. We've seen some of the drivers on softs, most of them have opted for medium tyres. So, and Freeman was saying earlier that the tyre degradation here is quite high, and there is going to be excessive pressure on the degradation of the tyres as well, like especially through like the Ascari sequence, because you've got the quick left, right, and left, which means that the car mass is just going to push all the way onto the outside. So it's going to, and with that, it's just going to put more pressure onto the tyre as well, and it's just going to wear it away that wee bit more, that fraction more. So drivers are really going to have to be wary about how much load they're going to put on their side, like on their wheels, and that's really going to play a part in terms of tyre management, tyre conservation. So all these variables that the drivers need to assess and account for during the race is really going to keep them busy at work, as well as keep the car on the island for 27 laps. Monza, as we were saying in the qualifying, looks very easy on paper. It is very, very much the opposite when you're driving it. But it's so easy. Even driving a Formula 1 car, it's just so easy to just make the slight mistake and end up in the wall or on the grass or in the ground or whatever. Are you in this game, Freeman? Because I don't see your name.
Wait, what was that? Sorry.
Are you in the game?
Yeah, I believe the new lobby's being made, so I'm just waiting.
Oh, I'm in this one. Oh, alright.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for them. I'll be right back.
No, that's fine. No worries. But I will. Okay. But you've got Monza. Jules has invited me into a game. Is that the one that I go into? Let me just quickly jump into that. Oh, Freeman's left the party. Let me just try and get Freeman back. Oh, in Australia, we've just decided to fly out to the land down under instead of Monza. So keep going to the car select bit. Right, there we go. But just be sure to let us know what you think is going to happen in the race. Tell us your predictions for the race win, your predictions for the podium, fastest lap if you want to be brave. So just let us know what you think and what you feel is going to happen in the race as we get the lobby organised and set up once again for Monza. But like, you've got like 27 laps, a lot of history, very iconic circuit. What's not to love?
I believe we are almost got everyone back in, so we should be starting hopefully in a few minutes.
No worries. Just having a wee look to see what's happening. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Can we see Like, oh, like you've got. Also, just use this period as your wee interval. Go and get yourself a nice wee cup of tea. Get yourself a nice wee walk up and down the stair or around the house. Get your legs stretched. Keep your body moving. If you're needing the toilets, probably your best opportunity to do so. And be ready. Be comfortable. Strap yourself in, because I am sure the race itself in SLR's 3rd Division race at Monza is going to be a thrilling spectacle.
Yeah, it should definitely be a good one. Sure.
Plenty of opportunity for overtaking, for side-by-side action, for bravery, and Monza is a track where they 3 variables are rewarded quite highly. So we will be hopefully getting underway shortly. We can only apologise for the slight delay that we're experiencing at the moment. This is your time. I mean, this is your time just to kind of reiterate it once again. This is your time to go, and this is your break as well as it is for the drivers. While we get this set up and back underway. It is a dry race, which means it completely eliminates the threat of rain. I think Freeman was clearing that up for us in the chat. It's just going to be a pure dry race, so there's no threat of rain. There has been incidences of rain at Monza before. The last one I can really remember iconically was what race was it? I'm thinking 2008. I feel like there was one quite recently, but I remember 2008 because it was Sebastian Vettel's first win and it was Toro Rosso's only one, and that was a very dominant drive for Sebastian Vettel. It was him and Kovalainen alongside on the front row, and Vettel just drove into the distance, just dominated start to finish. There was a race where Barrichello won in the wet as well, and that was 2004. 2005 was the same, but I think that was Kimi Räikkönen that won. Monza's just to kind of completely rub salt in the wounds of Scottish Formula 1 fans and fans of David Coulthard, but he was known for spinning. When he was at Williams in '95, he spun on the formation lap and had to step to the back of the grid, and then the race got red flagged, and then he was reinstated his pole position driver as well. So that was quite interesting. DC was quite a weird person for stupid things like that. Just a wee bit of trivia there. I remember Schumacher got banned for a race there at Monza, and Damon Hill retired for the lead. Eddie Jordan got a team win there at Monza. Hamilton won at Monza in 20. He's won at Monza quite a lot recently. He's got a good record at Monza. McLaren have a good record. Mercedes have a good record. Mercedes won the last 5. They've won every race in the hybrid era at Monza except for last year where it was Charles Leclerc. So Mercedes have a very strong outing at Monza, and they've got Hicklin on the front row as well. So maybe Hicklin can try and continue that trend. Also, they can't continue the streak, but they can try and continue that dominant trend that Mercedes are showing at the tempo of speed. So hopefully Mercedes will be putting eggs in the one basket for Hicklin as he sits alongside on the front row, alongside Youngie, who a few years tipped for pole position man. In Q3 he'll be starting on the front row of the grid. So I think they're both on the mediums as well. I'm trying to think who's right behind them that's on the softs. I think.
What are we talking about here?
Who's on the soft tyres in Q3? Who put see the folk in Q3? Who was the drivers that put softs on for Q2? To put their time in to get them through. So who's going to start on the softs in the top 10? It's Scott. Scott's one of them. Scott, I think.
Plain
one
Teddy,
as well.
Plain Teddy, Jules, Stopes, and Scott will be on the softs. Everyone else, the top 10 are mediums, and then anyone else below the top 10 or whichever are they like.
So there we have it. Scott, Teddy, Jules, and who else did you say? Sorry, Freeman, Youngie. No, Youngie. It was Scopes. They're all going to be on the soft tyres on the race start.
Top 10.
we are just getting the grid finalised, so hope we can bear with us. We have been recording for 70 minutes now. 30 people are still here with us on the stream, so I just want to say a warm welcome if you've just joined us, or apologise to you for being here and having to wait, and then just to thank you for being part of the journey and joining us for SLR's 3rd Division race here in Monza. So I just want to extend that thank you to everybody that is joining in, whether it be in the chat and in the stream, trying to get in touch with us to maybe like have a wee talk with us or whatever, and even just viewing and just having the comfort of just having the race on in the telly and just lying in your bed or sitting on the couch with a mate or whatever you're doing, whatever the plan is. We can only just thank you for joining in. The chat has went quiet, either that my phone's not been updating. I don't know if that's happened to you, Freeman.
Yeah, it has.
Oh, I'm gonna fire something into the chat, just to kind of try and get them, maybe like try and get somebody engaged, kind of enlighten us on their thoughts and opinions. But we've got a full lobby, because that just changed for me there, so I think they've got somebody in. And we've got ourselves and Freeman in there. Oh yeah. Aye, so we're at Singapore next week as well. Is this Singapore? Is it a full race calendar for the season?
Yeah, Singapore's obviously I would say driver favorite, I would say. I know a lot of guys really do like this track, but I know a lot don't, cause really try to track it, just one little mistake and pretty much rule your race, so it's gonna be interesting for sure how drivers get along. Should be a pretty good weekend.
Like it's the nighttime equivalent in Monaco. Like I feel like it's quite. I mean, like Monaco is very iconic. It's very like symbolic. It is rooted in the Formula One calendar. It's rooted in history of Formula One. Like it's one of the very few things that if I said to a standard person like, what do you know about Formula One? They just say Monaco because it's just that symbolic and synonymous with the sport. Singapore's kind of like the same, except it's like it's like also at night time. It's in the Marina Bay in Singapore. It's very I think it's a lot more challenging. It's a lot longer in terms of mileage, and there is so many more opportunity. There's more opportunity in Singapore to bin it than there is in Monaco, I think. Like, because Singapore is literally it's very unforgiving. Like the Armcos are right on the edge of the circuit for the majority of the circuit for the lap. So drivers will need to be more than alert when it comes to Singapore in a week's time. And be sure to join us for that. Division 2 will be on Friday the 17th. Division 3 will be on the 18th, and Division 1 will be on the 19th respectively of April. So be sure to join us in for that, as well as the Division 1 race round Monza tomorrow. That'll be our final trip. That'll be our final event here at the Temple of Speed, as we are readying up, and Plain Teddy is the only driver, one of the only drivers, so same as Sprightly, Youngie and Neelix are the only ones we're waiting on at this moment. But the countdown has started and we will be getting into the lobby. We thank you again for your patience, and we will be momentarily, we'll have a moment to wait before we are greeted by drivers on their final lap. Their formation lap, so apologies for that. So looking forward to that. Freeman, prediction.
Yes.
Who's gonna win?
I'm gonna go with Youngie. He's been showing some pretty good pace, I must say. He's on pole, but not by much. But I think Lewis is gonna give him a good run for his money for sure. With different strategies, it'll be interesting to see how drivers get along with their starts and just their pace overall. So it'll be a good one, I think, for sure.
Definitely, I feel like Youngie, well, he'll be on the racing line. Hicklin, if he gets a good start, he'll be on the inside and he'll have that edge into turn one. Can maybe give Youngie a bit of squeeze on the exit of one into two. So Youngie will be trying to defend Hicklin off at the first possible opportunity. I could probably back that, to be fair. I feel like Youngie is really quick. If he can break his cell out the DRS activations, and he can scamper off into the distance, and I think he could be fine. But if Hicklin and Dark Zenon can get a good start and keep with, then it'll be a really long race for the top battle. For the battle for the lead, I feel like I want to kind of. I mean, it's my Scottish roots coming out, but I want to kind of like see Scott doing well. I want to see like the Ferrari doing well, especially for the Tifosi here in Italy. Obviously, it's their home race, and Scott got the car into sixth, but Sprightly had an accident on his final run, and I think he starts like 11th, so he's a wee bit further. He's in the midfield as well, so trying to get the two Ferraris in one piece through the first lap will be the main objective for the Tifosi, and then from there they can just try and take it stage by stage and take it driver by driver. Scott's on the soft tyre, but I think Sprightly will have free reign of whatever tyre he wants to put on his Ferrari, so I think he might be on the counter strategy to his teammate.
Yeah, I think he might, but I'm not obviously not sure. We'll have to see when we ready up.
I think there was 9
I mean, he is. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, you're still going to talk about the Ferraris. I'm fine with that. I was going to talk about something else, so just to finish your point, Freeman.
Yeah, obviously Sprightly 11th, he could start in any tire, so could be in a very good position.
Definitely. I feel like because there was 9 teams fighting for pole position in that session, I feel like their teammates are just going to pick the counter strategy so they don't conflict. Like, they'll have conflicting interests when it comes to pitting. You don't really, the last thing you want to do is pit at the same time as your teammate. If you don't want to hit them, you don't want to pit at the same time as them, because you're going to lose time and be punished for it either way. So you don't want to end up getting caught in the crossfire of your teammate in any sense of the word. So I feel like maybe the teammates are on the lower side, the lower half of the grid, will just decide to go on the counter strategy and be like the longer runners on the first stint. So we could maybe see like a couple of teammates like on the medium tyres at the start, maybe proving to be a bit of hassle for drivers that have pitted earlier from the softs to the mediums, or the softs to the hards if they don't have confidence in tyre life. So it is really interesting, because
it's gonna be interesting.
It really kind of puts the whole element. It actually puts the whole team dynamic for each team to use and puts it to work. Like, because sometimes you'll see like a couple of teams, like you'll say like this session's, like, this qualifying was different because we had 9 teams out of 10 fighting for pole position as the timer for the formation lap gets underway. So somebody has readied up. It is Hicklin and Dark Zenon. Zach has they've already up, but because there was 9 teams fighting for pole position, and if they've qualified on different tyres for their teammates, because they've got themselves in, the Mercedes were the only team to get both drivers in the qualifying session, so they'll need to put the same tyres on as they did in the qualifying lap, and I think they're on 2 different tyres anyway. So I think teams will just be like, right, here, go on the top 10, go to tyres that they started on, and you just do the opposite to that. So I think there will be a split. Let me just see tyres.
Yep.
There we go. There is a big wall of medium for Sprightly all the way down to Dubs, Laney, and all soft tyres, and you've got Crushing the hards. That's interesting.
That's interesting. Maybe he's just not so confident in his tyre wear, maybe? That could be a possibility, but
I think definitely that could be the case as well, and I think he might want to kind of like make sure that he's going to be on the softs at the end regardless of what happens.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe that's how he feels that that's how his best bet is. Like, he's just going to be going the hards, try and go as long as I can, and then be on softs at the end. But most of them opting for the medium tyre. So
I think it's a pretty good idea.
definitely. We see a couple of predictions in the chat, and MTS
Everyone's saying
Isolation
Steve-O.
says who's going to win, and everybody's going to say Steve-O. Steve-O starts 14th
I
on
hope
the
so.
medium tyres. So does his teammate in 7th. Gareth's on the medium tyres as well. So Steve-O, 14th to 1st. It's no impossible. I've seen it happen before. We've seen it happen before. So you never know. But Youngie is leading the pack.
Would you like to do a run down the grid quick?
Excuse me. But Hicklin's deciding that he's not really here to be racing. Jonesy is left.
Well, I'll try to get him back in.
Try and get Jonesy back in the chat. The chat. Get him back into the game. My apologies there. But while you do that, I'll get us ready for the start as Youngie is leading us back to the grid. Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, Williams, Renault, Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Racing Point, the other Mercedes, and Toro Rosso, respectively. 9 teams in the top 10. The only team that was missing out was the Haas. Neelix probably could have been in Q3 if it wasn't for his glitch in qualifying 1. He starts 15th, but we're going to get us a decent camera view as Josie's Toro Rosso is just floating in the middle of the circuit.
It's inside us rightly. So I'm not sure what happened quite there. I think the game's just going a little haywire.
Oh, there we go. Let me get a good camera view for us as we're going to... Oh my god, there's actually nothing here. Oh, come on!
There
Where
we
is
go.
it? Oh, there we go. Right, there we go. We've got 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Alfa Romeo on the right, Mercedes to the left. The revving up and the lights are off, and we are racing here in the temple of speed as Youngie seems to get a good start, and Hicklin has to tuck in behind the Alfa Romeo. You've got Lewis switching places, and you've got Ferrari Scott there with a good lunge off the start there as well. He's got Gareth up the inside on his side, and there's some carbon. There's some carbon fibre scooting under the cars there, going along the exit of turn 1 there, and to go round by the runoff area, but everybody seems to be facing in the right direction, so it seems we've got 2 and 3 wide through the midfield here. We've got Sprightly losing places here. Jules has also lost a place after 2 off the grid as well. Neelix is up 1, Steve-O's done 1, they've 2 have switched. And then you've got them gone 3 wide into the second chicane, and Sprightly running the outside, and Neelix and the Red Bull Orange Crush there disappearing into the gravel trap there, kicking up a good bit of dirt there on the exit of turn 5. But you've got Youngie, Hicklin, Lewis OD, Gareth up the Red Bull, oh, and there's the Red Bull Sachs facing backwards, and his teammate and everything's happened, and the full safety car is out on lap 1.
Wow.
And
yeah, I think Zach was trying to wait him. We just drove straight into Laney.
In the safety car on lap
that
1,
did take one.
Bernd Nylander's going to get a wee shot in the safety car really early on here in Monza. As it just seemed to kick off. Zach's beast went and run, and everybody, it was just like they were just bunching up. Like it was like a wee group of them, and they were just trying to like work their way around Zach's beast. It was just facing backwards, so imagine being him sitting in the cockpit waiting to put the foot down to try and chuck the car into a 180 spin when you've got traffic, basically the full grid behind you, because he started really up, high up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he
was
well. Thinking there. I think he should have stayed in. Hope that would be alright.
I think it was. It just looked to me. He just ran that wee bit wide on the second Lesmo.
Yeah.
He just must have kicked a wee bit too much power into the back wheels, and it's just spun him round, kicked up a bit of dirt. I could barely see what's going on. I was trying to flick through the camera there to try and see what was happening, and I just kept on somebody that was on the near end of the field, the back end of the field. Sorry, apologies, but I felt like kind of keeping it in the midfield would kind of show us what would happen, but we just seen Zach's beast just basically face to face with every car that was coming by behind him, and as soon as he turned round, it just seemed to kick off this massive melee, and there's carbon fibre kicking.
Gas just hit Paul into a safety car, and he's got a 5-second penalty for it. Not sure if he just got too close or what, but yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure who.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be hitting people under the safety car. You don't want to be hitting people full stop, because you've seen what happens when you do. Zach is Beast and Laney are our first two retirees of the race here in Monza. So it's been disaster for them. I feel like Laney was just unfortunately caught up.
Yeah.
He didn't have anywhere to go. There wasn't really any real escape for many of the drivers. I'd be surprised if they go out of there without actually sustaining any real significant damage. But everybody's been so far. Let me check and see how many folk have made a stop. Only Teddy, Jules and Ned Claus, so maybe they picked up damage. Jules is pretty for another set of soft, surprisingly. So
gas pits. He got damage after he hit.
But we are under safety car conditions on lap 3 of 27, and I have absolutely no idea how to put that first lap into words as Kilbro leaves the session. I have absolutely no clue who he is. So, the Haas of Dubs in the pits. Onto a set of mediums. We're going to look through the grid and see what's happened. Let me see who's gained the most after the grid. Right, the real big winners after that start are going to be like Scopes, Sprightly, Jonesy. They've all been up 2 and 3 places. Neelix is up 5, 15th to 10th. Paul, after he's cutting the interval short and readying up in the interval, he had to get the back in the grid. Already up into P11, so he's up 9. Crush 19th to 12, so he's up 7. Steve-O's after losing it on the start, Steve-O's up by 1, the fan favourite there. Special shout out to him. And Rock Lobster's up 2 as well. Obviously, the big losers in that start are going to be obviously Zach's Beast was lost 14 in the race. Laney only lost 2, but he was unfortunately also put up in that melee as well. You've got Plain Teddy who's lost 7, Jules has lost 6, and you've got Ned Claw as well who's lost 4 places. And we've got 3 drivers who have been changed either way. So there has been a real shake up in the order as the safety car comes in this lap. So that means the power of safety car comes to Youngie. So he is the next safety car here, as he's going to bunch the field up once again as he comes down the parabolica. He's not really giving the safety car too much time to get in. He's really need to get back off here.
He's really backing up
into the pit lane. So you're going to start seeing cars maybe going 2 or even 3 wide down this straight, as he's going to take his back underway and back under racing conditions. He's still no win. And we're back underway. Green is shown here on the track for us. It is racing once again. Youngie leads everybody into the turn 1, and Hicklin's got up the inside. Does he have a wee luck there? The Mercedes maybe tries to outbrake him. Does not think about it this time round. Lewis is there as well, so he's up into P3. Gareth there in 4th. Dark Zen in the 5th. Yellow flags out in the 1st again. What's happened there? And you've got the racing point of Darren Paul.
Bogloster got involved too. Jonesy
well.
too.
Yellow flags are still out. But after that chaotic first lap, we've got Steve-O under pressure for Teddy. Teddy is looking to try and recover some of the ground that he's lost, and he's got the big Husky chocolate sponsor on that McLaren right in front of him, so he would try to dispose of that as quick as he can. Sitting 12th at the moment, Orange Crush there in 10th, so he kens the points are in touching distance here for the racing point. You've got Steve-O having a wee look there as well. Is he going to get... And Lewis has went wide at Ascari.
Oh! Not sure. That was close, I think.
Yellow flags are...
They're going 3 wide, I think. Yeah, Lewis just outbraked himself.
Dark Zenon round the outside, and Gareth sweeps round the outside of Parabolica. Youngie sits in the fastest lap. Dark Zenon takes the final podium place, and that's put Gareth under pressure for Scopes and for Scott here. So there's got to be 3 wide into the Ascari, into the first chicane. Scott's maybe going to try and get 2 here. The Mercedes gives him a bit of squeeze. We'll have the inside of turn 2, takes a bit of carbon. The inside there of 2, but they're still side by side. Still side by side.
Yeah, there we go.
And Scott's going to have the inside, and he's gave the Mercedes' Scopes a wee bit of a tap there, and Gareth is going to have a good view of this. Will Scopes try up the inside of Scott here? Scott going to defend the inside. Let Scopes go up the inside, but Scopes doesn't have the confidence in the braking. Scott clips
I think Scopes is going to try to come back at him. Yep. Oh, they spin. Oh.
And everything's going to take a point in action. And Steve-O!
Oh my
And it's kicking off again. Steve-O's lost a
They
few
crashed.
tyres there. Safety car's out again here, and there's just a traffic
Oh
jam at the first
my
Lesmo.
God.
And there's millions of pounds worth of damage being left on the first Lesmo's apex. As the Alfa Romeo Jonesy literally just drives through Steve-O's car and pushes that McLaren out the way. He's not going a long way around. He's just going to drive through your car, Steve-O. Jonesy will probably have picked up some damage for that though. He's got no end plates on either side of that wing, so he's going to need to come in and get that repaired. But safety car is out once again here. Second time in 5 laps. Oh.
Yeah, I think. Where's he at? I think Scopes was given enough room, but I think he just understeered and just in the middle of the track, and yeah, it's so unfortunate.
I think it was I mean, we were sitting discussing that in the qualifying and in the wee interval as well. Like, if you're going to try a move in the Lesbos, as we see the Red Bull Orange Crush just shooting off on the exit of turn 2 there.
Yeah.
But we've got Teddy there right behind as well, and he needs to keep possession. But being brave into the 2 Lesmos is not really like an overtaking place where you really want to try and make your moves. But he got such a good run on the exit of turn 5, at the exit of the chicane, so it was really like, he should have went for it. He should have really backed up. He had enough momentum to go up the inside. Scott gave him the room, and they were still going side by side, room maced at the first Lesmo. And the next thing I knew was I just seen the Mercedes going run, and Scopes had ended up losing out there. So
Yeah.
it's
Unfortunate.
pretty a disaster. But it's just been. I mean, I think it's just been chaotic. It's just been absolutely hectic on these first laps, and we've been greeted once again by the safety car. See, this rate, Bert Milan is going to have more laps led in his pocket than anybody else in this race. But the Mercedes safety car leads us round. Youngie is still our race leader. The top 3 is unchanged. Scott's up into 4th though, so Ferrari 4th and 7th here. Really kind of working into their favour with all these incidents. They're finding themselves up the field here. Both of them in the points, both of them in solid points as well. Scott's on the softs though, so maybe Scott would maybe start thinking about maybe coming in, same way like Scopes, maybe like try and get the medium zone. And does any of them listen to me? They do not. Scott goes round again, and does Scopes come in? Scopes goes round again, Lewis goes round again. So they're quite confident in their soft tyre. Oh, Lewis has already pitted anyway, so he's on the softs anyway. He will definitely need to pit again. But he has on really fresh rubbers, so he will be one to watch on the restart. Lewis will be blisteringly quick on that fresh rubber. Jonesy as well, he's going to also get onto the back of this pack anyway. He's had to come in for repairs. And he's going to be blisteringly quick on those soft tyres as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll sit on board with. He's going to have to
get through the pack.
Make these fresh tyres work. We'll sit on board with Youngie while we're under safety car conditions. We'll get a nice wee view of the race leader. And I'm not talking about Youngie, I'll talk about the safety car. But we'll just take a wee breather because my throat is absolutely done in. Our excitements, we're on the edge of our seats here. Like, it's been very thrilling. We've said goodbye to 4 drivers already. We're saying Ned, Claude and Steve would caught up in the second and this time. We've got Zach Beast and Scott Laney who've been out for the first safety car in lap 1. So I'm hoping this can be the last that we see it for some time. As it comes back in again, safety car lights are switched off. He's going back into the pits. Youngie re-inherits the role of safety car as he's going to bunch the pack up once again, and I feel
it's gas.
Gas makes me say that 10 penalty there for exceeding track limits under safety car conditions. I think he might try to get that one move. I feel that's a bit harsh, even under these conditions. But Youngie, I'm hoping he doesn't do the same thing again, because bunching up the pack is really quite risky because it can inflict some damage. So I'm looking to see if maybe Youngie's just going to wait until the safety car goes in here, and then he's just going to put the fit down.
He's gone.
I think he's away.
Yep, he is.
No, he's backing up. No, he's slowing down again. He's away now though. He's away now though.
I really cost him.
Dark Zenon.
Is that Dark Zenon Hicklin?
It's cost him this time. And it's going to be 3
It
wide.
goes 3 wide.
One into the first chicane. And there's going to be a bit of a squeeze. Does Youngie keep the first place?
Dark Zenon.
Hicklin basically pushes him off there, but basically helps him through the wee escape road there. But Youngie keeps the race lead as we're starting to see Gareth tucking out the slipstream. We've got the Zenon and Scott wheel bashing around the Curva Grande. And we're going to have Dark Zenon on the inside of the second chicane. We're going to ride on board with Gareth as Dark Zenon makes the move stick on Scott. Scott is on old softs. They'll probably have been seeing that the best days are behind him now, so Scott maybe missed his opportunity for pitting under the safety cars, but he sits in 4th at the moment. Gareth 5th, Neelix up into P6, Sprightly 7th. We change of position here as Crush is starting to flood in the order here a wee bit. Lost 3 places to Scopes, Dubs and Lewis OD, who is on the fresh sauce. And we've got a racing point there, playing Teddy, getting a wee bit of his drifting on the exit of the second Lesmo. And then we've got Scopes under pressure for Dubs, and we've got Lewis basically pushing that guys along. And he's going to be under pressure for Crush behind, so it's really kicking off here on the second restart. But everybody is still facing the right way, everybody is still racing, everybody's still intact. Youngie is going to see us across the line for the 9th time. As he
Lewis then, making contact.
They're going to go side by side. Lewis tucks back into the slipstream with a Haas, and then he's got the Red Bull like Crush behind him. I don't think Crush will be too much of a threat this time around, but can Lewis maybe try and be the brave late breaker here into the first chicane? He doesn't think about it this time, basically pushing the Haas in the first chicane.
I think Dark Zenon got Hicklin.
And Dark Zenon, you're right, feeling Hicklin is losing out to Zenon there. Williams second, Mercedes third, so a switch position there within the podium there. Scott is 4th and he's losing out time. He's losing time hand over fist in this battle for the podium. We've got Gareth right there as well, waiting for those soft tyres to see the end of their life cycle. You've got Neelix there as well after starting 15th. He's up to 6th, so it's a pace up. Teddy's way off.
Yep.
Way off into the gravel trap there. He's going to have to watch because his teammate's just there, and then you've got Rock Lobster there as well. So the yellow flags out are in the second sector for Teddy's stricken racing point there as he goes too wide in the second Lesmo. Yellow flags are quickly removed though, back to green conditions, and the battle between second Hicklin
wheel. Yep.
Wheel to wheel down into Parabolica. Hicklin on the inside. Zenon has to tuck in behind. Hicklin takes a bit too much grass. Does Zenon try to get the switch back? Hicklin tries to get him the squeeze. He tries to get him the squeeze on the exit of Parabolica, but both of them are going to go side by side over a dead heat into the first chicane. Is DRS completed? I don't think it is this time. I don't think it is this time, but Zenon tucked back out the slipstream to try and outbrake the Mercedes into the first chicane. He does not. Hicklin keeps his second place there. Tight battling here between second and third, Hicklin and Dark Zenon. Anything else really happening down the field? As we see, I thought that was something gone wide at the one there, going to escape route, but nothing doing. Does Zenon have a wee luck? Tries to break out of the slipstream there, but isn't he alongside to make a move? But Scott runs wide. Gareth kind of follows him in sympathy there, and Neelix is here as well. So Scott is probably the next kind of obstacle for most of these drivers, as Scott's softs are really kind of seeing the end of their life now.
Yeah, that pit.
Gareth, Scott goes defensive. Gareth just sweeps from you. The ERS is open, doesn't even need to burn as much ERS, but he just to keep it over till it goes purple that time. Scott's lost out to the McLaren as Gareth is 4th on those mediums. Scott will be looking to pit, but Gareth goes wide. Goes a wide. Oversteering moment there. An oversteering moment on the exit. So that will try and maybe bring Scott back into the fray here for a look into turn 1.
I think he's going to have to pit.
I think Scott might.
Oh, he saves that.
He needs to come in maybe next lap. Oh,
yeah.
12. But one person that's going to be under pressure from one Ferrari to another, we've got Sprightly having Lewis. Ferrari versus Renault. This was a classic battle between the two manufacturers in the 2000s.
Oh, that was Gareth. I think he just outbraked himself.
Gareth is starting to lead this train. Is Scott going to try his arm? He's got a chance his arm run inside move at the chicane. I don't think he's going to be close enough to
he's too far back
this time around. But Lewis and Sprightly are close enough as well. Sprightly 7th, Lewis 8th, Dubs in 9th. And then there's a wee gap to Orm's Crush in 10th place. So the real battle will be between. And you've got Jules there as well, pressure on Orange Crush for the final points playing position there as well, and you've got Sprightly's run. I think Lewis gave him a bit of a tap there. I literally just caught the tail end of it there, but it's disaster for the Tifosi here as they see one of their own facing the wrong way.
Sprightly's got a gap.
Sprightly, no! What's that? Oh no, Sprightly. Oh, my heart sinks for you, son.
Come on. I think he just tried to spin the car around.
And the VSC is out, and we're going to see some pit lane action. We've got Hicklin in, we've got Zenon in, we're going to see Scott coming in, and we're going to see what's Hicklin and Dark Zenon going to come on to. What tyres have they got ready? They have the soft tyres.
Hicklin's got soft.
Hicklin's on softs.
Zenon is on soft again. I don't think those times are going to last. He's got hope that, well, they got hope that being our safety car for sure.
Definitely.
It's Pickle gets a drive-through. Speed under the
he was
virtual safety car. Wow.
That makes nice. I don't know, that doesn't really make much sense to me because he was in the pit lane. I mean, the pit lane is a different. You abide by a different speed limit in the pit lane, but while we can divide for that, we're going to see this battle up once again between the Mercedes and the Williams. Hicklin and Dark Zen, and Hicklin keeps it this time around. But he was in the pit lane. How can he get a penalty? That's what I want to know, because if you're in the pit lane, you don't need to abide by the speed limit until you're back out on track, because a different speed limit applies to the pit lane than it does on track. So I don't know where this penalty is really coming from.
I think he was out of the pits, and then I think he had enough time to slow down and everything, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's really unfortunate.
Absolutely no idea where this penalty is coming about, but I don't have a doubt in my mind that Hicklin will be trying and get that removed. He'll lose at least 10-15 seconds driving at 50 mile an hour in the pit lane, as we see Neelix and Gareth switching places here in P2 into turn 1. Neelix makes a move, breaks a bit late though, so Gareth can shape himself up for a move into the second chicane if he can get his ERS up into overtake. Fuel mixture up to Rich, but he just chooses to keep the slipstream with the Haas, maybe trying to cool the tyres and brakes down a little bit. Doesn't really want to see himself in this parade for too long. So Gareth might try and shape a move into Ascari. I feel like that's his next best opportunity. I don't think it's in the best interest of anybody to make moves into the two levels, because we've seen how it's went the last few times in this race. Lap 1 and lap 4 saw two safety cars coming out, and then we've seen Sprightly and Lewis getting too close together on the exit of Lesbo 2. So you know where the issue is for the drivers. It seems to be that they can't really be trusted too much to be side by side in such a tight bit of track. It's not really a prime overtaking place, but we've seen, unfortunately, we've seen some race retirements and incidents there, as we see the force
goes round the outside.
And on the fresh rubber, Hicklin makes quick work of Paul, and Paul has a bit of a step out there on the exit of Ascari there once again, and Dark Zen tucks himself into the slipstream into Parabolica as they try and make a move. He needs to get by Paul immediately if he wants to keep the pressure on Hicklin. There's a yellow flag out in the second, and what's that for? That's for Teddy. Teddy's retired as well. We'll sit on board with Scopes as he comes through the second level just to see what happened, because his car is still on track, and it's a safety car for the third time in this race. That is free. Teddy's racing point. Second time. Third time. Second time.
Yeah,
third time. Third time. I think there's been three. Oh, the last time we wanted to do is get conflicted. There was one in lap 1. And then, this is the third one.
Yeah.
This is the
and
fourth.
There
was a VSC as well.
Oh, Scott gets
there was a VSC as well.
Pen.
Oh.
But I think Youngie, Neelix, and Gareth are gonna have to pit. This is their best chance, I think. A little bit early, I would say, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they pit. I'm just gonna ride forward with Youngie and see what he does.
This is quite interesting, because you've got Hicklin and Zen, and they were on the mediums. They've pitted for softs, they can try and manage the soft tyres under these safety car conditions. Youngie has to pit anyway because he's only starting
he's gonna
tyre.
pit.
Neelix is the same. Gareth's the same.
Youngie gets in 5 seconds.
Then you've got Gaz and Jules who have made a stop.
Neelix pits. Gareth stays out. Gareth.
And Gaz leaves it late, but he comes back in. Does Jules stay out? I think it's in Jules' best interest not to pit, but
I think Hicklin should pit. Hicklin pits.
Hicklin's in.
Zennon stays out. Paul stays out. Jules's AI will see what it does. Scott, I think he's gonna stay out. He's only had 2 Apple tires. Yep, stays out. Lewis stays out. Hicklin goes on to the hards. I think he could have gone back on the end. I think he could have back on.
Could have been fine.
Yeah.
He done both tyre compounds. He done like 2 tyre compounds, so he should be fine to go back onto the mediums. But maybe he's got 1 mediums there, and doesn't want to put the pressure on the mediums. You get 2 sets, so I don't see where that's kind of.
Not really sure why.
Unless his tyre selection's been different, unless he went softer or went balance or something. Up to and the balance should get 2 each anyway. So I don't really know where that is coming in. Maybe he's just a bit shy of confidence about making the tyres last at the end. But
it'll be interesting.
Still needs to pit.
It'll be interesting to see if Doug Zennon and Youngie can make their tires last. Because obviously Youngie just pitted Doug Zennon his 3 laps earlier. I think Doug Zennon's gonna have to pit against him for Jonesy. But yeah, I think Paul's in a really good position to stay with Neelix, and I think Gareth just made that call, if I'm honest. It's when he pits. It's gonna be last, I think. Almost last. It'll be interesting to see what Gareth does for sure.
I definitely think Gareth should see himself coming out of the pits at least this time. I don't really know what
he's staying out.
Yep, maybe he's. I was going to say, I don't really know. There's something in my head. It's no sitting right with me. It's like we should have expected him in, even if it was just like for either tyre, because he started on those, so he still needs to make a stop, regardless. So I don't know why he's not kind of taking. I wouldn't say a free stop now because he's lost the chance to really take the full benefit. So he's really going to lose it if he pits now. So maybe he's just seeing.
Yeah, he will.
If he can pit near the end anyway, he'll just have to pit regardless anyway because he needs to wear 2. His car needs to wear 2 different compounded tyre, so because that is the rule, you have 2 different sets. So I don't really know where this mind game's gone, but it's really kind of messing with my brain. I don't know why he's no in already. You can see even when he's just trying to keep some heat into the tyres in the car as well. It just looks a bit loose. Like the rear looks a bit squirmish. Like it just doesn't look fully stable. But I might just be kind of trying to clutch at straws at this point. But Gareth leads the team. He leads the cars round the second Lesmo. I think the safety car will be coming up this lap anyway. So
I think it will.
We'll be back. Racing conditions anyway. We'll ride on board with Gareth because it normally slides up here. Does it do the same this time? It does.
It is lap.
So Gareth is the safety car. Youngie's bunched the pack up twice, but then him being the safety car, is Gareth going to make it a hat trick of that, or is he going to try and get the fit down as early as he can? This would be his opportunity to try and back up the pack now because he's got a gap between himself and Youngie, Dark Zennon. So he's got a gap. I don't know why he's not trying to back them up now, so he can sell the best possible purchase out of Parabolica and down the street, because that's what he's going to lose. He's going to lose anyway if he bunches the pack up. So we'll see what he does here. Well, he's got a bit of a gap, but he's going to have to like the
Youngie right Paul now.
Start and finish.
Yeah, there we go.
It's like a foot. It's like a formation finish. There's 3 wide already.
They were the girls that had backed out.
And Youngie's going to go inside the Gareth.
The inside.
On.
Gareth goes off.
Breaking point and
goes straight up.
Goes wide.
You have to get that.
Gareth gets a
5-second
penalty. He gets a 5-second penalty for corner cut, and Gareth's running the outside.
Down.
Youngie up the right.
Yep.
Up the inside. Got Gareth up the inside into the second chicane. Is he going to try and make it
Backs out.
Dark Xenon at bay? But Youngie gets past on the soft tyres. Dark Xenon does not like the look of that at all. He needs to get past the McLaren if he wants to keep up with Youngie for the race one here, because Youngie can end up stretching his legs and scampering off into the distance if Gareth's going to continue driving around.
Scott's just falling.
I think.
Oh, Scott and yes, oh my goodness.
There's yellow flags out again.
Yeah, Scott and Lewis. I think Lewis just pushed him off. So yeah, just so unfortunate that way right down. Not sure what happened to Hegwin. I think he wasn't able to catch back up, or but he's all the way down. That's 15 seconds behind.
Ferrari's races went from bad to worse as Gareth peels off into the pit lane, and
pits.
that puts Darren Paul under pressure. I'm not today with Darren Paul and Neelix, but Neelix is going to go down the outside of Darren Paul. Racing Point versus Haas. Haas on the outside. Does he make the move stick? He does so. Neelix from the outside up into the podium places, and Lewis will be looking to try and make quick work with the Racing Point as well. As he's on 12 lap. Gaz for cross company, 3/10 of a second, split the two here for P7. So will Gaz try and make a move at some point in the lap? I'm assuming it will DRS. Yeah, but it's either this lap or the next. But I mean, a race that looked so promising for Ferrari when both of them were riding high in the points.
Yeah.
Just kind of quickly just turned on its head, and Scott's 11 still able to get points, but Sprightly just had a bit of a calamitous moment trying to get the car back forward, like facing the correct way. And we're going to see side-by-side action between Lewis and Paul. Sorry to cut across you there, Freeman, before you even started talking. I was just talking over you there, but Lewis pushing the Racing Point through a scary here. Has to peel to the outside, tucks back into the slipstream for a wee bit more speed. Does he have the inside? Paul keeps it far to the left.
I think gives it a good choice.
Up the inside.
Paul goes a little bit deep. I think he'll be alright.
Well,
now he's got
DRS.
No DRS here.
DRS.
There we go.
DRS must be the next lap. Is Lewis going to get alongside for a punt up the inside? He is closing, luring the outside. He's tapping the rear wheel here, and Paul takes the main racing line through turn 2, pushing Lewis over the sausage curb there. So that could have ended so badly there as off camera we see Gaz making work on scopes and orange crushes here, trying to get a wee piece of this pie as well, as the Haas goes defensive. Scopes keeps 8th, Crush 9th. So a lot of action up and down the field here within the point positions. We set the system gaps forming at the front. There's a 2.6 second gap between the two leaders, and then a 2.7 second gap. So there's no real heated battle for the podium places at the moment, but we've got a strong battle here for P4 as Paul leads a train of him, Lewis and Jules, and then you've got another train, Gaz. Gaz is there as well, actually, sorry, my apologies. Scopes and Crush. There's a 6-man battle here for 4th place in the first of the non-podium finishes here. So Paul's got a bit of work on his hands. We've got to see some side-by-side action between Scopes and Gaz. Gaz
I think there's some lag there. Yep, there's side each other. Mine too. I think Gaz is lagging. Yep.
We'll sit on board with Crush. Gaz is AI out Scopes. Oh, Lewis, does he get close enough?
I think he's the arrest is down.
He's got to go up the inside, up the inside. Oh, up the inside to 2. Does he push him wide? Lewis, late lunge, but argy-bargy there, elbows out, gets the move.
Orange
Red Bull, Crush pulls off to the side. Is that because he cut the first corner? I think it is. He's got a penalty for exceeding track limits.
They're both trying to come back, but Lewis just slammed the door on them.
And this will be Lewis's opportunity to try and run off with this at this stage, because he's got his way past the racing point. The racing point is lapping a bit slower than the Renault, so this is his chance to try and bridge a gap between the two. Jules will be next to try and make a move on Paul, but Scopes and Gaz is in the next big battle. DRS is open, both of them have it. Scopes in defence, but Gaz has it for the attack, side by side, down to Ascari. Gaz on the outside, does he try and hold it round the outside? Scopes has to
the
cut
corner.
the corner and keeps the place. He keeps the place. I think he was maybe trying to just avoid an accident there, but that is keeping the place and gaining an advantage as well. He kept the place there.
Oh,
Maybe
Jules.
Jules will have a wee look there as well, but we say Jules with a bit of excitement here as he's basically hustling and
Try
hassling.
to go around the
Paul does,
outside. Can't quite get it done.
Jules tries to go the long way round here.
The
Yellow
yellow
flags
flag.
on the third.
Hit good. Hit good
And
handle.
Jules, Paul goes defensive and then scoots
Yeah.
the car back onto the racing line. Jules leaves the
walks up.
braking late, nearly taps the rear of the
Scopes
car
and
there, but
gas. Ooh, contact there.
and then we've got Scopes having to defend with Gaz as well. I'm on board with Gaz. Scopes, Mercedes is right there in front.
Jules.
Scopes is on left and right, trying to break
Oh,
the
Jules
slipstream, meaning that
back. Jules can't quite.
oh, and
Close.
Gaz gets a good run on the exit
Yep.
of the second chicane up the inside of the first Lesmo.
We
Scopes
saw what
keeps it
happened
running
last time
outside
this
though.
happened.
Last time this happened, didn't work out nicely
Scopes
for
trying to
Scopes.
go around
Hopefully
the
it works out better for him this time.
Oh.
And Gaz
Now Crush.
sees him.
Crush's got a great run. Jules and
And
Paul. Yep. Crush working up the inside. Oh.
cuts the corner there, and then
Oh!
Scopes is there, and he's tapped on Beth run, and they're both away.
Wow.
And Beth of them is Scopes still in the race. He is, but Crush is out. He's retired in the wall on the
That was
exit.
bad.
It's scary.
If Scopes try to actually go down the end, like. Yeah. Wait. Well, Crush made the
Think that
move.
was-
Scopes didn't want to give it up. He was on the lot, racing one. I mean, yeah, Crush was on the racing one, and then Scopes just tried to go. I don't know, find a gap, and he just spun him. That was poor, I think.
I think Scopes, as we see the Mercedes, is Scopes just understeering wide at Parabolica. He
Yeah,
needs to come in.
let him go. Yep.
So, but I think that was purely just a matter of Scopes hitting his car in a place where there wasn't really a gap.
Yeah.
I think he was just being a bit too audacious there. That was crushing
Sure.
the line there. But I think Scopes just got that wee bit extra momentum and was trying to no let it go to waste, and it's just meant that he had to
It's
take
just
it
poor,
inside.
I think.
And I think it was maybe just being a bit too ambitious, and it's just
For sure.
unfortunately, retiring, and that's also the damage that he attained for that has also penalised him as well. But I think the stewards might be wanting to look at that as well. Because,
Yeah, for sure.
Like Robbie explaining today when it goes to the steward's room. But while that happened, nothing really too much happened. A wee battle here. Jules got by Paul, and he's already gapping, so Paul really is starting to become the mobile chicane. You've got 1, 2, 3 chicanes in the track, and you've got Paul has been moving one, so that's 4. Paul's pace hasn't really been up to scratch, and Gaz is going to try and make a move. Paul makes a late defensive
Looking
move
very late.
there. A
He's
very
really
late
defending
move there.
hard.
And Gaz has to
Yeah,
see
it's
him
kind
on
of
a bit
forces
of
him off a
squeeze.
little bit.
Bit
I
of
think
squeeze
Paul's
on the
gonna try and
exit.
come back. Yes, defense. Oh! That's tight.
But and
Yes,
side by
at the
side
end.
again,
Like Paul.
there's Paul.
God.
And this means Scott might have a real luck. Scott will probably
might
be the
have
next
some
person to
damage,
try and
Scott.
make what
Yep,
he's
Scott.
still got his front right end plate.
Yep, front right's gone.
So he's going to have understeer on the left turns of the track. No, I mean there's no many, but I mean you kind of want to be quick for this bit because Ascari's a left, right, left. You kind of want to be quick. If you run too wide, it really ruins your run. So I think Scott's going to have a bit of trouble, especially with 38. He can't be cautious, but the straight line speed really should help. All hasn't really been on it. You can see Gaz has already broke the DRS already on the same overtaking him. Should work, but while he's trying to move forward, he's going to hit with the wing mirrors as well because Lobster there can make the move stick. And I think Lobster might actually have a wee luck here as he's in the slipstream with the Ferrari. The Ferrari gets the DRS, Williams gets the DRS, has to peel off to the outside. He'll have Paul straight slipstream. Scott just cuts that supply off and breaks early into the first chicane, trying to avoid any real incident. But Scott is really going to be struggling with that now.
Yeah, for sure.
and I've got a message saying that the stream's lagging. If there's any real like connection issue in that, please let me know, and I'll try and like fix it. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we'll just see if it sees other time itself.
Yeah, I think it's okay now, just a little bit before I notice.
I have the stream on my phone as well. Like my phone counts as a viewer, so I'm hoping that I can maybe try and keep looking at my phone and that to see if it's lags there. I've not noticed any real lag, but we'll keep an eye out. Please keep us updated on any issues that the stream faces or experience on the stream, and we'll try our best to try to get that fixed in the meantime. But I'm kind of breathless as Scott and Rock Lobster go side by side in the final straight. Looking at the move, I think if Scott tries to kind of keep the finish.
To try come back maybe?
Try and get the move back once again. He's got a 9-second gap to Gareth and then a 29-second gap to Hicklin. I don't even know what actually happened to Hicklin. Hicklin was just one kind of person, one driver just dropped off the radar for me. Oh, he got his drive-through, that's right, that's what happened. He got a drive-through for speeding on the safety car. So that's why you'll see Hicklin far down the back of the grid. Let's see what else is really happening. Other gaps seem to be a wee bit too spaced out. The only real gap is between Rock and Paul, so we'll just sit and hold with this and see what happens here.
Lobster,
What about 25
very...
27?
Yep.
Sorry, Freeman.
Yeah, Lobster's getting very close to Paul. Just to point that out.
Oh. But it's lagging for me to ready to get a move on. Young driver of the day. Oh, Rex, thanks for reminding me to do that, mate. Sure to get your driver of the day predictions in as we see Rock Lobster give Darren Paul a wee bit of a hassle here trying to get the move for P7. And we've got Scott here as well, so it's a wee 3-man train here trying to get P7 Darren Paul. So let's see what happens here. Be sure to get your driver of the days in. Get your predictions in for the race 1 the podium as well.
Just see a couple of votes for gas. Paul!
Sorry, just to Paul moves again late.
He goes very late on
break the Williams. He keeps the place. Oh, and he keeps Rock Lobster in the squeeze onto the apex and the inside of 2, and you've got Scott there picking up the broken pieces there as he sweeps from the outside. So Darren Paul really getting elbows out at this stage of the race.
He is.
The penalty lap here, really getting elbows out here, making that racing point as wide as he possibly can. But it's keeping it fair as well, so you need to kind of keep it fair. I don't know if Paul's late moving's been quite questionable. I don't know if that's maybe just me. It's been quite tight on the line, whether it's actually within the rule of moving that late or no, but I don't know if the drivers will maybe kick up a complaint about it, but we'll see what happens in the post-race cool down and whatever else. We can keep you up to date with that. But Scott runs
Youngie start his final lap. So I'm just right on board with him. I'll keep an eye on Scott, Paul, and Lobster.
We'll sit on board with Scott and Rock Lobster as this is the only real battle on track. We've got Neelix creeping up to the back of Dark Xenon as well, so we need to maybe keep an eye on that one somewhere on the penultimate lap as well. But Scott up the inside of Paul. Paul's got nothing to respond with, and Scott.
Youngie spun!
Youngie spun on the final lap of the race, has he?
I think he'll be alright.
He's cut down from 10 seconds to 4. But Herter move moment here for Youngie. But we'll sit on board with Neelix, who's got a prime opportunity to take Dark Xenon 15 lap old soft tyres against the fresh 12 lap hard tyres. So, well, Neelix on the fifth touch! On the touched! And the Bayfront! And the Bayfront Neelix leaves the door open. And Lewis has spun as well! And Lewis is facing backwards, they've clipped, it's last year there's absolute chaos here at Ascari as everybody's gone left and right. But while that's all happening, Youngie comes up to the line, checkered flag is out,
Oh
he
my
is a
God.
race winner.
But
and it's just,
oh my God.
everything's just kicked off here on the final lap. As Gaz goes wide, I don't know if he's got damage.
Oh,
and then you've
Paul.
got Neelix up the inside. You've got Lewis there as well. Neelix is up into second. He's already crossed the line, but you've got Lewis, Dark Zenon, Jules, and you've got Chaos as well again.
Scott goes
Absolute.
up to 6. Oh my God.
Oh, absolute crazy. Scott gets
Carnage.
7th in the Ferrari. Lewis, Gareth up into 5th. And you've got Jules there at the back.
Jules
at the
third.
podium.
Yeah.
Jules is a podium. Hicklin will come across the line to be the first of the non-point scorers here. Mercedes were
That was
both
just
both
carnage.
Mercedes were the only drivers. Wait, I kind of want to see something here. I kind of really just want to see. I kind of want to see the result because
Yeah, I have no idea.
that was too hectic. But you'll see Youngie top step of the podium, and I think that's Neelix alongside in P2, and that is Jules, his female character on the podium there alongside. That will be a Formula One first. In my life anyway, I don't know if we got a podium earlier in the season or any other avatar that was a female was on the podium as well, but that's the first I've seen it. Darren Paul's left the session. He's don't really want to hang about here anyway. But we're going to be joined by the podium position crew, and I'll run
Yeah,
you
but
through
just invite them in.
you can invite them in, and I'll give the race a rundown. I want to kind of see what's really happening here. You've got Youngie, who was the pole position man, and he is our race winner. That last lap spin really put his heart in his mouth, but he was able to bridge the gap out once again. The last lap completely kicked up an absolute storm and mixed the results as Neelix comes for 15th on the grid to second place, and Jules rounds out the podiums after penalties were being applied. Rock Lobster 4th, and the Williams 16th to 4th as a solid drive. Gareth, after questioning his strategy, 5th in the end up. Lewis was on to go for second, he ends up with 6th. Scottish 4th, 7th and 8th. Dubs and Dark Zenon in the top 10, and then you've got Hicklin. You have Hicklin, Scopes, Jonesy, Orange Crush, and the rest of the retirees there. I do apologise for not getting through them all there on that one sitting. But we're going to get,
Yep, they're all
the
in.
podium drivers in. Are they all here?
Make sure you take your
My
boxes, guys.
God. My God, lads. Actual, nah. I have absolutely no words for what happened in that race, especially on that last lap. That was just simply chaotic.
Would you like to
Absolute
do the interviews?
That's crazy.
hectic. Honestly, just Youngie, I'll do Youngie. Youngie, you there, mate?
Yes, I am here, man. Yeah.
Youngie, you've always been known for speed and qualifying, but you've not had much luck with the races recently. You finally were able to put that to bed despite a last lap scare. Just tell us what's going through your head at this moment, because I can't tell you what's going through mine for the life of me.
Well, before that last lap, I mean, you go to the safety cars, and you got the safety car restarts, and I thought I was far enough away, and I wasn't, so it almost brought me to a stop. So I nearly lost the lead, obviously running too far into the first corner as well, on the two safety restarts where I was in front. And then, yeah, I thought, yes, no, I'm pulling away from Zenon. I knew Zenon had got a penalty. So I was just trying to keep a distance away from him, and then, yeah, I swam trying to push for the fastest lap on the last lap, and luckily I had that gap to Zenon in second. So obviously retained first place, but it was a scary moment.
We had Dark Zenon giving you a lot of hassle for the majority of the race, and then when they came to the final safety car and when you were on the soft tyres at the end, you just really kind of ran off with it. But can you just talk us through what happened to your spin? Because I didn't actually catch it on the broadcast, but Freeman said he caught the tail end of it. So what was really happening there? That really must have been a hurt and move moment, especially on the final lap. All the laps today you did on the lashing. So what happened there? Did you just drop it? Was that just the tyres going off?
Yeah, I think obviously the tyres were old. I pitted maybe 2 laps earlier than what I'd liked. But I was pushing for the fastest laps in. Our fuel was rich. The RS was actually in high for the second Lesma. And just as I took the right-hander of the Lesma, I just took too much curb. I bottomed out the car. As I hit the throttle, it just spanned the car completely round. Did a 180 and I managed to get it back round, obviously back out. But it was a scare. It was definitely a scare.
The two Lesmos look very simple in nature, but they were literally the scene of the crime for just about every safety car that came out. Because we had the first lap, just everything kicked off behind you in Hicklin and Dark Zen and that at the start. We seen like Zach Beast and Scott Laney retiring for lap 1. That was the first safety car. The second safety car was the first Lesmo with Scott and Scopes and everything, and Steve-O retired for there as well. So like after my head, but it was the safety cars really like what was the strategy for yourself? Like, because we were sitting trying to work out what the strategy was, but the safety cars kept really putting a spanner into the works for that. Like, we didn't really know if that was like, did that also like help strategy?
It did and it didn't. When I seen the second safety car and I seen everybody pitting, and I thought, do I? But every practice I've done, the mediums have held on for the 15 laps. Put in personal best times constantly, so I just had to stick with them. The lap actually before I pitted, I did a personal best by like 3/10, so I just stayed out and did another personal best on the tyres, which I think gave me that gap to Xenon. Obviously when I pitted onto the softs, but I knew the softs were going to be very slippy at the end. But you have to push the fastest lap, every point counts.
Definitely, they all add up to the championship at the end of the day. Well done on the win, mate.
Thank you.
Freeman, are you still there?
Yep. You can do the interviews.
Do you?
I don't mind.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Just do everything.
Oh.
Just do everything.
Yeah, just do everything.
Just do the full job. Alright, well,
you're good at it.
Neelix, we seen what happened to you in qualifying. We did kind of predict you to maybe at least be in the top 10 or at least in the shootout for pole. That was obviously unfortunate, big setback there for you. Obviously 15 to second is not something everybody can brag about, so do you just want to break that down for us? Because I'm finding a hard time trying to do that. I'm sitting here pretty much like my mind's got too much when it's seen the new with everything that happened in that race. Or you could just patch me, that's fine. I'll move on to Jules.
Yes,
I'll move
sir.
on to Jules while he's away then. But Jules, well done on the podium, mate. Absolutely love to see it. That's a wee bit of bias that's coming out in me because I can be racing in another league, so but I'll try and keep my love for you to a minimum. But start at 10th. You had a quite an up and down race, to be fair. We seen you kind of also try and make some places off the start, and then the safety cars kind of came out. Do you just want to really kind of break down what happened? You crossed the line in like 10 for like 9 for 10 for like the tail end of the points, and then the next thing I seen was your name shooting up to third, and I was like, oh, he's got a penalty, he's got a podium. Go on, son. What happened there? You just want to tell us as spectators what happened there and like breaking that down for us.
Hopefully it was pretty exciting because it was exciting on my end. Like the last lap was just nuts. Like the last, I don't know what the corner's called, but there's like 3 people in the sand trap, so I tried to get by, and we went 3 abreast across the line. It was super fun.
Honestly, it was absolutely hectic, mate. It was honestly, I don't think I've seen anything like that in such a long time, and this is your back-to-back podiums now, so starting to rack them up now.
Yeah.
Obviously, this podium's gonna give you some more confidence in that. Like, so how do you kind of keep this momentum going forward to the next race?
What is the next race? Singapore?
Singapore.
Is Singapore?
Oh, I will DNF it, for sure.
Absolutely love to hear it, mate. How do you keep the momentum going forward to the next race?
Practice. That's about it. And hopefully Midzi can carry the Toro Rossos.
We'll see about
Carry the
that.
Toro Rossos, hopefully to more podiums, maybe in a win. you're the Kimi Räikkönen of interviews, I'll tell you that much. But you love your one-word answers, but honestly, it's just been one of the races. Like, I actively encourage you to look back on this race because it was so hectic. Like, all the way up and down the field, there was 3 or 4. I think there was 3 safety cars and like a VSC or 2 VSCs as well. So there was quite a lot of cautions as well. So, like, obviously, kind of same question that I said to you, like, ask Youngie, I would just ask you, Tay, like, what was your main strategy, and did the safety car really throw a spanner into the works with that? Did that really play into your hands, or did that really kind of go against you at the time? Like, what was kind of really going through your head at the time with all these safety cars just coming out?
Oh, it helped a lot because the safety cars let me catch back up because I got damage from Jonesy's AI first time, and then I got that big wreck at Lesmo the second time, and then I just went for the gusto, you know. Usually I'm pretty like laid back and chill, but I was pretty aggressive today.
It's all about the fight in you at the end of the day. It's all about whether you're wanting it, and obviously the day was just a day you showed that, and everybody shows that. Everybody's out there to get the win, everybody's out there for points, and a back-to-back podium can definitely keep your head high, and hopefully we can see this same momentum carry on to Singapore, and maybe day one better, and maybe challenge Youngie for the win.
Doubtful, but Youngie, he's done
Never know.
You can only get a bash and see where you end up, mate. But honestly, well done on the podium. It was an absolute thrilling race. Is Neelix?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, well done, guys.
Worries? Is Neelix here?
Neil, pick the box, buddy.
Oh, there he
There he
is.
is.
Right, Freeman. My voice is humped.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
I saw my
That's
mic
like-
switched off and now it's magically back live again for some reason.
no, that's fine. No, I was sitting. We done Youngie, and then we moved to you, and then
Oh, no.
I was like, "Oh, Neelix, good race and that. Just tell us all about it and this and that." And then I was like, "Oh, you can just patch me. It's fine." Like,
Oh, I was
honestly,
shouting
Neelix,
at you at the time.
oh, were you? And oh no, well, it was just a miscommunication there. Like,
that's
but we've got you here now, and that's the main thing. So, also, I'll try and remember what the question was. But obviously, qualifying didn't really go your way. Your AI just decided to take the front right wheel off your car, completely put you out of the qualifying session for there. Have to start 15th, end up finishing second at the end of the day. What happened? Like, just talk us through what happened there, mate.
A bit of a strange one, really. I mean, yeah, I was a bit. Obviously, I was annoyed, you know, being put in 15th for no good reason, but it is what it is. Started from the back really early on, managed to get up to 10th within the first lap or so, I think. Then a couple of safety cars, literally just everything flat down to zero, fuel down to lean, everything down to zero, just really high gears, look after the tyres as much as I could. And I think ultimately that's what happened. There's a few collisions happened in front of me which I managed to avoid. The one thing I will say, I mean, Youngie drove superb today, so did Dark Zenon. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a... he broke a bit earlier than I was expecting. I knew his tyres were worn out, they might have been a bit more worn than I think, so I apologise to him now openly. So that sucks a little bit, but I'm happy with the podium. It's been a rough week for me. I've sadly lost my granddad earlier in the week, and because of the current situation, we don't know about funerals and stuff, but he was a big racing fan, so yeah, that was definitely for him, that one.
Well, I wanna just say, like, I'll probably speak on behalf of myself and Freeman, and also the rest of the SLR, that we want to pass our condolences on to yourself and your family, and especially through these tough times and that. But I mean, we can try and find some sorts in your race performances, and if he's a big fan of racing as well, I mean, you're doing him proud with that anyway, so we can take that and like a bit of like a spirit, and you can keep working and keep pushing for him.
Yeah.
We can only apologise and like pass our condolences on to you.
No, I appreciate it, guys, I really do.
Well,
Love you, Neelix.
you'll be.
Love you too, John.
I mean, there's nothing but love in the chat and in the streams and everything else. It's one big, beautifully lovely community, and I mean, I was welcomed in here with open arms, and I mean, we'll just rally around anybody that needs that wee bit of support, and especially in times like these, we can get behind you and the family and everything else in there as well, because it's really terrible. It's really sad to hear these kind of stories that are going about and what's happening to folk, and you can't go and do this and that. But we're all with you, Neelix, so you've got the SLR support there behind you. And
Yeah,
that's all
I
I'd say.
appreciate it, guys.
It's
That's what makes it
definitely
such a good
something
event.
Yeah.
Definitely, and it's definitely something you can, like, this race and the result is definitely something you can be proud of, and you'll be looking down on you. But, obviously, starting 15th, ended up finishing second end of the day. Also, you were cutting your way through the field. Safety cars were pretty much like in the fashion, if you want to say that. But obviously, just want to talk us through what it was like just going through the field and ended up taking. I mean, I was watching you like taking like it was like at least a couple of drivers every lap, like every couple of laps or whatever. And then the safety cars came out. Did that really kind of play into your hands? Did that really affect your strategy in either way? Because I think you started doing the mediums and opted to go longer on the first to be quick in the second. Did that really play a part in that?
Yeah, it did. To be honest, I think the safety cars helped me at the start because obviously they kept on bunching the field up, and I was just trying to look after my tyres so much that it just helped me on the restarts every time. I think there's a bit Sprightly's just put a thing. I had a great battle with him and a few other guys. Good clean racing, and to be honest, the one thing I'll take away from this is that this is not a strong track for me. So I'm really chuffed with that. It just never has been for some reason. Just some tracks you just can't get on board with, and this is one of them. So to 15th to second, despite what happened at the end, I'm incredibly happy with that. And the race played into my hand, but I think on the whole I raced well. I raced hard, and there were some brilliant fights, and there's some great guys on the grid, and it's just a pleasure racing with them at the minute.
It was honestly, I mean, you were left with also in the back foot with the AI just deciding to wreck the car and that 15th and that, but you made day with what you had. I was going to ask a collective question there, but Youngie's just decided to call it a day early, so I'll just ask the Perrys. Singapore next week, Saturday the 18th. Looking forward to it.
One of my favourite tracks.
Love to see it.
Yeah. I prefer more technical tracks. I prefer like the Monacos and especially Australia's and Singapore's one of these, and I just prefer it. I like this. It's going to be strategy's going to play its part next week, but looking forward to it.
Definitely, a track where track position and strategy is going to be the key element to a race win. Are you confident that you could challenge for the win?
Jules?
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking at something on my TV. I thought you were talking to Niels. Sure. Yeah. Awesome. I don't even know what the question was. Sorry.
I'll take that as the answer. But Neelix, yourself?
I think I should be able to position well on the grid, and if I do similar to what I've done today, get the strategy right, and then keep the tyres cool, which is easier said than done around Singapore, then hopefully I'll get a decent result. And let's just hope it doesn't rain.
A little rain.
But a wee bit of rain could definitely shake it up a wee bit. But I'm going to round out the interviews with that. I'm going to round out the stream with that. So I was joined in the race interview with Youngie, Neelix, and Jules. So just want to pass a further congratulations on to the trio for strong results. We look
give some love to Neelix.
So be sure. I just give some love to Neelix. Rally behind him, lads and lassies. We're all here with you, Neelix, mate. So you've got the full league behind you. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the Division 1 race round the Temple of Speed before we fly out to Singapore and for next weekend's race. So be sure to join in tomorrow and for next week's stint in Singapore, and we look forward to seeing you then. So I'll round it with that. And is there anything else you want to round it with, Freeman, or is that me good to end the stream?
Nope, I think we're good.
Right. Catch you next week, everybody.
Adios.